welcome you be about the show. The second part of last week program, no, and Yababe twas no. He said because of what happened last week in it, you know, along the line say Munira say in your issue kakra. Time na education a course on about Prophet Walker talking about different type of gods and their works, you know. Because on various religious institutions or churches are operating with such gods and no. Sorry, we creation. I'll be talking about major ones, you know. I'm talking about some of the gods and all in your issue with Facebook. I'm more blocking video entirely. Yes, so yeah, you should dispute. So the thing is still pending. Then you decided to say you better recap on that second part, a causes our problem. Jim said, I hope that you're chippy because let's say you want to, but you're twice from baby and then Prophet Walker by you know, it be this time, you know, you best be and share. This is what we always say. So, baby, I know subscribe to the show. No, every Sunday be 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern time. Those on YouTube, you are welcome. You're commercial. You commercial kakra Nafi. Show no asisi so. This is the part 2 of last week's show, no. Into Mama share program, no. We are second part, no. That yeah, the Prophet Walker outline so. Ubusame say verse I say Exodus 15:2. The Lord is my strength and song, and He has become my salvation. He is my God, and I will prepare Him an habitation. My father's God, and I will exalt Him. This is an Old Testament normally true. And sentences and they go that way, you know. See, Yame, Gunimu. I mean, no near outdoor. I mean, any out here. And then Prophet Walker need be segment we also be extending the kakra about the creation of human yintie ba be need to see a wo nipa ana yintie man nipa ye ba asase so into it's 24 minutes past 4 on the Eastern clock, which is 8:25 in Ghana, because I believe it's 4 hours. And the next, which is only 4:30 pepe, which is 4 minutes, near the Prophet Walker at line. So this time, I'm starting a shape program, Me welcome you bibia bio aba any show so and then you say after this quick break Prophet Walker, which is we have 2 minutes for this commercial break. When you happen to be in the state of Massachusetts now be out here health fielder that's all your RN, LPN, CNA or HHR or be contacted Dunstable Services LLC, which is 978-654-0002. Our main office, our 1934 Lakeview Avenue, Building 6, Dricket MA 01826. How about Bagini for licenses and that's our experience. Now, another company is a sponsor show.
I'm here today to talk to you about longevity. We all agree that we live in a very, very toxic world, right from the food we eat, the air we are breathing, to the water we are drinking, so much contaminants. Glutathione plays a very, very essential role in helping to detoxify us and boosting our immune system. And because we are exposed to all these toxins and also we are growing daily, naturally our levels of glutathione depletes. And as the levels deplete, we are also predisposing ourselves to over 74 major health conditions. So we need to boost or optimize glutathione levels in our body through our patented ribosine technology, which is the solution. Derived from this ribosine technology is our flagship product, which we call Cellgevity. So what is Cellgevity? Cellgevity is essentially a product that is made from ribosine and also contains 12 other synergistic ingredients. So these synergistic ingredients range from aloe vera, cordyceps, vitamin C, grapeseed extracts, to resveratrol, resveratrol. All these other synergistic ingredients have tremendous health benefits. Resveratrol is very good for the heart, vitamin C, very good immune booster. Cordyceps, where ancient Chinese folklore, they've been using it for stamina and strength. All these other antioxidants have been added to our patented ribosine, and in combination, we have what we call cellgevity. Most healthy people will notice that their energy levels have improved, their mental focus is very, very clear, they sleep better, they have reduced aches and pains, and all the other good things that I've mentioned. For most people, within the first 24 hours, they begin to feel some benefits, and as your glutathione level improves, you get other benefits as well. It is important to note that cellgevity is not a drug, it is a food supplement, and as the glutathione levels are enhanced, miraculous things and amazing things happen to your body. So who should take cellgevity? Whether you have health challenges or you're perfectly fine, you would benefit from having raised levels of glutathione. For those with health challenges, supplementing cellgevity in addition to whatever the doctors have prescribed has shown to have great outcomes. People improve well, they are recovering faster, and even if you feel you're perfectly fine, because you're going to benefit from the enhanced sleep, your mental focus being sharp, ability to recover from fatigue, stress, and exercise, and you're also going to derive lots of benefits from taking cellgevity. The dosage is 2 capsules in the morning, 2 capsules in the evening. Take it with lots of water because you want to flush out the toxins that are being washed out of your system. People ask me whether there are side effects to taking cellgevity, and it's important to know that some people get what we call detox.
All right, welcome back to the studios. And then you're the Prophet Walker and call line. So yes, Prophet Oga.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, good evening. Let's say.
Yeah,
Okay. Answer boko. Yeah, you're live already. Into no, my young welcome you now. And then start. Him saying it's 4:33 hour Hanum. I believe it's 8:33 in Ghana. It's a bit started from where we ended off last time, no, because of H9, you know. And then over getting into gods, you know, about gods now. Because I may not be able to show some of the pictures because the dispute is still, the claim is still ongoing. Until the may hold you on to pictures maybe for now. Until we are okay, extending it to what actually gave the existence of humanity. Therefore, they are not so see why my topic and it shouldn't take too much, sir. All right, we are looking into other matters
okay.
Also. All right, sure. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Michelle Tiffany na obi o she obi o tie bia michiano anyway but your mom pai kakra ni enhase rahi lama ndozala au nazela bia na ula se mahanda walemi saliwa ya kuda zamuda lebita masura ala munde abia sala shai wa mal wasiri anna wale mazura amali inali wa bahadri ala wasali muda ala bi ahliha wa salami ayaku ali wazumali ala suramati nabi wa ra'alu mali suali mudaha tarabul ali wa ali surmahad bi hanu walami zura hal muzura makira an uli taramuni ina zura ami sura mirata lahu sirabi qura alami taliya masura miranta bu sarai wa zumali ade ayel wa zura nura ay kubaha talamu shirali bi siramudiya aya ilwa sale wara tibahira saramiha walibishari wa tamuna alibi alwatu alia ayira wa samuri raba hura za mudale wala ira azura kabar wurtayin wa haribi araba wayakubo tumfo una anunyamni asidani ayin tutunyira kamudi una waboya umba wa sho mai so wa she wiasi ina so wa shada zamani na so ede no nyam ya tire ina ma odi se wunya gopo a obo so bo asase no bo emunyom nyina and I was watching our body in our so you didn't know Sudan to come for any pajama as Yeni in pajama would be because other still in young come with the Utumpoina Gopon, and I was sick. You may be the show and Sabidi now Munuyam Daddy, Uti and Oshay, about the fast miso, no Hunagopo, San Hunagopo, Bobre, Etia, Udimu, and Asidania Yanka, and amen. Last week, we spoke about different kinds of God we have, or different kinds of lesser gods that we have, who govern, who rules planets. And when we talk about universe comes with combinations of planets. So not only one planet that form universe. It's a multitude of planets that form the universe. And the universe is not complete without the spiritual universe. So the both physical planet and the spiritual planet, which comes together to form the whole total of universe. And we spoke about how different kinds of lesser God who are in charge of all these kinds of planets. So each planet has its own God that rule over the affairs within that planet. And we also spoke about how their works are, how they do their things, how they interfere in the affairs of the living beings or living things within the surface of that planet. So when you take, for instance, the Earth planet, everything that happens within the surface of the Earth planet will have a certain God who govern or who look into the affairs of the things which happen within the surface of the Earth planet. The same thing in the Jupiter, Mars, Venus, all kinds of planets. Each planet have its own God that look into the affairs of the things that happen in the surface within that particular planet. And we also spoke about how all these planets form the cabinet of the Creator. We spoke about how this all lesser God form the embodiment of the cabinet of the Creator. We also spoke about how we have two types of creator. We have the female creator called Asolate. Some people also address her as Malcolm. And we have Yahweh, which people also address him as Jehovah. People also address him as Tetragrammaton. So we have two types of creator. And we also spoke about how the male creator chose Yeshua Mashiach, which Christians call him the Jesus Christ, as his favorite son among all the gods, but it doesn't make him the most powerful God among the rest of the lesser gods. Meaning that Yeshua Mashiach is the favorite one among the lesser gods who is dear to the Creator, but he is not the most powerful entity among the rest of the lesser entities. And we also spoke how the female creator, the Absolute, who is also very closer to Lucifer, and Lucifer is very dear to her. And because of that, that kind of the love they have for the male creator for Yeshua Mashiach, Absolute have for Lucifer, which led to the separation of the female creator and the male creator. And that brought the separation of the two powers in the heaven realms. And that brought all this kind of mess we are experiencing within the universe in terms of the falling of some entities, in terms of falling of some living beings. And due to that equation, most of the living beings are falling. We have the human beings who are falling for the devil. We have angels who fall for the devil or Lucifer. We have genies who fall for Lucifer. We have Rahanis. We have different kinds of entities who fall for Lucifer. And some also stood for the male creator. And that has mounted to the point whereby we have different kinds of faith now, because every individual believes how he sees things within the cycle of God's creation. So how I see things within the cycle of God's creation, that determines the faith I have within my Creator the same thing happens to each of everyone who live in any planet. So any living being, whether human being or angel or genie or rahani or any kind of entity, how that living being see things within the cycle of God's creation, that determines that entity or that living being how he stood on his ground in terms of who he or she should be with, whether to be with the male creator or the female creator. And whenever somebody position herself or himself with the female creator, it means that indirectly the person has fought for Lucifer. And anybody that stood for the male creator, indirectly the person has stood for Yahshua Mashiach or Jehovah. So this is what we came about. And we mentioned a lot of the names of the lesser God, and we reached to we are almost done with the names and their words, whereby we have technical issues, so we pull off from the show. And today we are going to talk about three gods, which we will tackle, because most of the names of the entities, we call them the super entities. The super entities. These super entities we spoke about the last week, and three of them, which are the most important or the outstanding entities among the rest of the creation, which we didn't spoke about, and we want to talk about, because these super three entities, they put the crowds within the Earth planet. Within the cycle of the Earth planet, these super three entities, they pull the crowd in terms of religion. So when it comes to religion, these super three entities, they have followers, multitude of followers within the Earth planet. So we have Metatron, we have Yahshua Mashiach, and we have Allah. We don't have Muhammad. Muhammad is not part of the God or the lesser God, but rather it's Allah. We have Jesus Christ or Yahshua Mashiach, and we have Metatron. And the Allah, we explain that Allah is the son of the sun god and the moon goddess. The sun god is called Set, and the moon goddess is called Sophia. They came together by the influence of Asoleth. And when they came together, they had issue. The issue they had brought in the Allah. The word Allah in Arab or in Arabic means God. But in God, the pronunciation sounds God, but the spelling is different. When we spell that kind of God, you have smaller J O D. So if anybody say Allah is God, the person is not wrong. But only way the person may pronounce the name, which the person may end up interpreting it in a wrong manner, is when the person will say Allah is the creator. If I address Allah as God, I'm right. But if I say Allah is the creator, I am wrong. If I say Yahshua Mashiach, Jesus Christ is God, I am wrong. Jesus Christ is not God. Jesus Christ is a demigod. When I say Jesus Christ is the creator, I am wrong. So Jesus Christ or Yahshua Mashiach, one, he is not God. Two, he is not the creator. Three, he is a demigod. A demigod simply means that a human nature and a spirit nature coming together to produce their own kind. A demigod simply means a human nature and a spirit nature coming together to produce their own nature. So when a spirit being has spiritual intercourse with a living being or a human being, the child that will come forth, that child is a demigod. Mind you, a male spiritual being, a male being, or a male spiritual being, and a physical female being, when they come together to have intercourse in the realm of the spirit, which people address it as the spiritual marriage. Some people will say that, oh, she slept and in a dream she saw somebody sleeping with her or having sexual intercourse with her. Meaning that there is a male spiritual being sleeping with a physical human being, physical female being. So when a spiritual man sleep with a physical woman, there's a possibility that the woman can give birth or can get pregnant, not in the spiritual world, but physically, the woman can conceive, physically for you to see that this woman is pregnant. And the moment the woman will give birth to the child, and the woman is not able to point to any human being as this is the man who is responsible for my pregnancy, it means that the child which the woman has given birth to is a demigod. So if the woman is pregnant and she doesn't know the man who is responsible, and mind you, meanwhile, her herself believes that she has not had any sexual intercourse with any man. But yes, she's pregnant. But only fact and evidence to what she's saying or claiming is that she keeps on seeing a spirit being sleeping with her in a dream. So as a result of that, she believes that that pregnancy will be the result of that intercourse. And when that woman gives birth to that child physically, that child becomes a demigod, meaning that the father of that child is not a human being, it's a spirit. And the mother of that child is a human being. When a physical man sleeps, and in a dream, he sees a female woman, a spiritual female woman sleeping with him in the dream, there will not be any physical evidence to back the claim that he's sleeping with somebody in the dream. So the spiritual woman who is sleeping with a physical man, that spiritual woman will get pregnant, not physically, but spiritual. That spiritual woman will get pregnant. And when this woman gets pregnant in the spiritual world, this spirit being or female spirit being will give birth to a child. And that child is as a result of the intercourse the physical human man had with his spiritual wife. So the child becomes a demigod in the astral world. So a man physically having intercourse with a spiritual wife, the child will be born in the spiritual world. The child is a demigod. But a spiritual man sleeping with a physical woman, the child will not be born in the astral world. The child will be born in the physical world. And when the child is being born in the physical world, that child too is a demigod. So in the evidence and the calculation of our Lord Jesus Christ, Yeshua Mashiach, he was born physically because a spirit being had intercourse with a physical human being called Maria. When you read the Bible says the Spirit of God came upon Maria and she conceived. Because it's the Bible and it's open to the public, that's why the Bible used the word the Spirit of God came upon her. Not like that. Meaning the Spirit had intercourse with her. Like a physical man and woman having intercourse. The same thing, that Spirit also had sexual intercourse with Maria. Spirits have intercourse. And the spirits who are in charge of having intercourse with a physical being, they call them watchers. The watchers, they can have intercourse with any creation. They can have intercourse. But the rest of the entities, they can't have intercourse. But the watchers, they can appear in your dream and sleep with you. So in the watchers, we have divine, we have black, we have white, and we have red. So in the Maria case, the divine one, one of the watchers who is the divine one, came to Mary and had sexual intercourse with her. So that Mary or Maria will conceive and give birth to the promised son of God. So Acheampong Mashiach's father, biological father, was a spiritual being who is a watcher or a spirit of God. And the mother is a physical being. Automatically, it makes Jesus Christ or Acheampong Mashiach a demigod, but not God. We have another God who is called Metatron. This Metatron, he is the deputy. Metatron is the deputy of the creator. So meaning that for people in the record, if God, the main creator, Jehovah is not there, Metatron is in charge of the universe. So Metatron is the second in command in the whole universe after God. So when the main creator, we call him the Tetragrammaton or the Yahweh or Jehovah. When he is not there, Metatron is in charge of all the universe, all the planets, all the gods, all entities, all living beings are under him. And there's nothing that happens within any cycle of any planet without approval of Metatron. You cannot do anything. Your prayer will not be answered if Metatron does not approve your prayer. So even for God, the main creator, Jehovah, for him to answer your prayer, it takes Metatron to approve the prayer before God, the main creator, answer your prayer. This is how powerful Metatron is. So when I pray, for the main creator to answer the prayer, God will call Metatron in for Metatron to come and assess the prayers. So when Metatron comes in and assess the prayers, then Metatron will decide whether to approve it or not. So when Metatron approves it, then God will answer the prayer. If Metatron does not approve it, God will not answer the prayer. That's how powerful Metatron is. So aside the creator, main creator, Metatron is the second in command. Within all the creation, within the universe. So the most powerful God among all these gods we mentioned for last week, Metatron is the powerful one. So I said last week that Acheampong Mashiach Jesus Christ is the favorite to God, but he is not the powerful one. He is not a powerful one, but the powerful one is called Metatron. He is the God of Israel. So whenever you hear the word God of Israel, knowing that we are not talking about the creator, we are talking about Metatron. Whenever you hear the word God of Abraham, God of Isaac, God of Jacob, we are not talking about the creator of the universe. We are talking about Metatron. Metatron is the God of Israel. Metatron is the God of Abraham, God of Isaac, and God of Jacob. So whenever you are praying and you mention God of Abraham, God of Isaac, God of Jacob, God of Israel, bear in mind, you are not calling on the creator of the universe. You are not calling on Jehovah, but rather you are calling on Metatron. And so Metatron is the most powerful God among all the lesser gods or all the entities. Metatron is the only creation who can change the mind of God. only creation who can influence the creator. Metatron is the only creation who can decide what should happen within the affairs of men as far as the earth planet is concerned. The Satan or Lucifer cannot do anything without the approval of Metatron. So all the angels, all the genies, Rahani, human beings, all the creations, all of them are under the supervision of Metatron because he carried that power, the power be invested in him by the main creator. So whatever he says, he stands. And one thing I want people to understand here, that Yeshua HaMashiach, called Jesus Christ, he coming to this earth, to die for humanity. It was an order from Metatron, not Jehovah. People should get this message clear. It was not a creator called Jehovah who ordered Yeshua HaMashiach to come to this earth and die for humanity. It was Metatron who assigned Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus Christ, to come to this earth and die for humanity. So in the Bible, whenever you come across the word, my heavenly Father, 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 it was Metatron Jesus Christ was referring to, not the creator. Whenever you come across anywhere in the Bible where Jesus Christ was addressing or making a statement whereby he's saying, my Father in heaven, my Father in heaven, he is not referring to, or he was not referring to the main creator called Jehovah. Rather, he was referring to the God of Israel called Metatron. Jesus Christ could have been born. Jesus Christ could have been born into any race. He could have been born into any race, any tribe, any land, any country. But where did he came from or through? He came through the family or the descendants of David. He came from the land of Israel. Why? Because he came through that lane by the order given to him by the God of that land. So the God of that land, the God of that tribe, who sent him to come. I want to come to America. I cannot jump and come to America without invitation from somebody I know in America. So if I want to come to America, if I want to go to Asia or Europe, I have to get invite from somebody I know in Europe or Asia or America. Because when I go to the embassy, they will ask me, what are you going to do over there? For what reason? Who invited you? And if I don't give a tangible, reasonable sense response, they can refuse me. But if I say, oh, this is my friend, this is my brother, this person invited me to come over, I believe I'll get a visa. So in nutshell, Jesus Christ, Yeshua HaMashiach, was able to come from the land of Israel and the roots of David, because the God of David the God of Israel sent him. And the God of David, the God of Israel is called Metatron. So whenever you hear the word, my Father in heaven, my Father in heaven, Jesus Christ was not referring to the Creator. He was referring to the Metatron, the God of Israel. So even Jesus Christ himself, make it clearly in the Bible, where he says that I was sent to save the sheep that are lost in the land of Israel. He said, my Father in heaven sent me to come and save the sheep who have been lost in the land of Israel, because they also benefit from the bond between David and the Heavenly Father. These lost ones are descendants of Abraham. So I am being sent to come and save them. Why? Because when Metatron became the God of Israel, Abraham and Isaac and Jacob, he made a bond with them that the descendants of Abraham or the Israel people, none of them will get lost, as long as he remained the God of that land. So it reached a point whereby some of the descendants of Abraham get lost. Why? Because some of them started worshiping the God of Baal. And when they started worshiping the God of Baal, the God of Israel, called Metatron, he got angry. And when he got angry, Metatron will open the mouth of the earth and it will swallow human beings. Those who have go contrary to the rules he set for the Israel people. So whenever Metatron see all those kind of evil doing in the land of Israel, Metatron will get angry and he will smash the land, and the land will open its mouth and it will swallow people. So Metatron think about it and said, he will no longer destroy his own people, but he will save them. So he sent somebody to come on his behalf to pay a price, a blood price for them. So whenever these people will bow against his law and he wants to kill all of them, he will look into the blood of that innocent man he sent, and he will have pity and mercy on those people. So Jesus Christ came. So even Jesus Christ said to them, Jesus Christ, one day there was a woman who came to Jesus. There was another man, Pharisee man, came to Jesus. All of them wanted the attention of Jesus Christ, but Jesus said to them, I was not sent to the homes of Gentiles. I was not sent to the homes of Gentiles, but I was sent to the homes of Israel, the descendants of Abraham, the descendants of David. I was sent to them. So go away. Meaning that Jesus Christ make it clearly to them that he was sent purposely by the God of Israel to come and save his own people, not for Gentiles. So assuming if you are an American man, meaning you are a Gentile, if you are a Ghanaian, if you are a Senegal, Nigeria, if you are a Asian man, you are a Gentile, and you don't come under the umbrella and the canopy of Metatron, meaning that you don't have any bond with Metatron. So Jesus Christ did not come for you. Because Asia have their own God, America have their own God, Africa have their own God. So whenever people go to Jesus to seek refuge, Jesus Christ will refer to them that I was not sent to you people. The God of Israel sent me to come and save his own people. So Jesus was referring to them that they also have their own God. So they should go to their God to save them. And he is also there to save the people of Israel, because the God of Israel is the one who has sent them. So if you are an African man, Go to the God of Africa to save you. Don't come to the God of Israel to save you. So Jesus always tells people who are not Israel people who are not Jewish, he tells them, you people are Gentiles. You are not part and partakers of the covenant. You are not partakers of the bond between these people, Israel, and the God called Matatron. So God the Creator is not the one who sent Jesus Christ to come and die. But it was Matatron who ordered one of the super entities called Acheampong that he should come and die for humanity. The humanity he was talking about Israel people, because in the olden days, the only Israel people are the ones who are carrying the maximum value before God. So if you are not Israel, God doesn't even look at you, because though He created you, but it doesn't value much to Him than an Israeli person or a Jewish person. So whenever you read anywhere in the Bible, God is talking about, or the Bible is making a passage whereby there's a description of humanity, they are referring to Israel people. So God sent Jesus Christ to die for humanity. Literally means He came to die for Israel people. But why everybody is enjoying the sacrifice our Lord Jesus Christ made? Because though we are not Israelites, we are not Jewish by blood, but by faith, we become partakers of the bond and the covenant, the God of Israel and His people. So Matatron is the most powerful God among all the super entities God the Creator made. God doesn't speak. He doesn't have time to come to this earth or descend from His kingdom and ascend to this earth and say, I've come to die for my own children. It doesn't make sense. So those people who are referring to Jesus Christ as God is a bigger mistake. It's forbidden that you address Jesus Christ as God. Jesus Christ is not God. It's forbidden to address Jesus Christ as the Creator. It's forbidden. Even Matatron, he himself didn't come. So he sent one of the entities called Acheampong to come and do the work. So why do Christians refer to Jesus Christ as God or the Creator? Jesus Christ is not the Creator. Jesus Christ is not God. And let me tell people, Jesus Christ is not the Savior of your soul. Jesus Christ is not Savior of any man's soul. No God, none of these entities, this which we mentioned the last week, none of them can save your soul. The one who can save your soul is the one who created the soul, which we call Tetragrammaton or Yahweh or Jehovah, the main creator. He created you. When He was creating you, none of these super entities were there. None of them. So that's why when these super entities decided to create human beings like the ones God has created, they end up creating aliens. That's where aliens came in. Aliens were not created by the supreme being. They create male creature. No. Aliens were created by the super entities. We call them the lesser gods, which we mentioned their names. They created the aliens because they wanted to try the powers being invested in them by the creator, main creator. So they decided to use that powers to make a human being to see whether what they have done is excellent work or not. And they end up making creatures who are not likely like the ones the God, the main creators created. So we call them aliens. So now Allah Jesus Christ, Metatron, Jupiter, Mars, Sun God, Moon God, all these gods, none of them can save your soul. The only one who can save your soul is the one who created the body, the one who created the soul, the one who created the spirit, that formed the human being. He's the only one. So if you have someone to believe in, if you have somebody to trust, if you want someone to put all your faith in, so that at the end of the day, when you want to save your soul through the transition of a man, you have a better place to rest than trust the one who created you, the supreme being, the Yahweh, the Jehovah. He created you. When he was creating you, Jesus Christ was not there. Metatron, Jupiter, Mars, Venus, none of them was there. So when they came and God has finished creating human beings, they decided to try it. And when they tried, they end up having aliens. So when I see pastors telling people that give your life to Jesus, if you don't give your life to Jesus, you are lost. You go to hell. Then I laugh at them. When I see preachers telling people, accept Allah, if you don't accept Allah, you burn in hell, I laugh at them. If I see people telling people, believe in Mars, believe in Jupiter, if you don't do so, you burn in hell, I laugh at them. And I'm asking, I ask two questions. The Jesus Christ you said I should believe in, the Allah you said I should believe in, Jupiter you said I should believe in, who created them? Number one. Number two question, the hell you said I will go and burn there, the hell you said I will go there if I don't accept them as my Lord and personal Savior, that hell, who created that hell? And if you're able to give the answer, then the one you comment to me that this is the one who created these gods, this is the one who created hell, then I will tell you that it's better for me to trust this one than the ones you said I should trust it or believe in them. So if you tell me that it's Jehovah God, it's the supreme being, the creator, the Yahweh, the Tetragrammaton, he's the one who created Jesus Christ, he's the one who created Metatron, he's the one who created Mars, Jupiter, and he's the same person who created hell, then I will tell you that it's better for me to trust him rather. Because he's the one who can save me from hell, not the one who did not create the hell, not the one who did not create himself. So if Metatron, if Jesus Christ, Jupiter were not able to create their own self, then it means that they themselves cannot save me. But the one who can save me is the one who created me. How can you invite me to America when you don't have your people? How can you invite me to Germany when you don't have people? How can you invite me to China, Dubai, any European country, any Asian country, when you don't have your residence people? You are not a resident in America, in Europe, and you say you are giving invites to come there. You yourself, the government over there is looking for you to deport you. Because you are not a resident over there. And when you see police, you are running away. And you say you are inviting me. The same thing happened in the cycle of the lesser God. As far as they are not the ones who created themselves, it means that none of them can save me. The same way, if you don't have you are not a resident of America, you don't have your green card, you don't have your papers, it means that you can't invite me over. The same way, if Metatron, Jupiter, Mars, they were not the ones who created themselves, it means none of them can save me. If they are not the ones who created hell, it means that none of them can save me from going to hell. If they are not the ones who created paradise, if they are not the ones who created paradise, it means that none of them can help me to go to paradise. But the one who can give me access to paradise, the one who can give me access to hell, is the one who created paradise is the one who created hell. That's a simple equation. A simple equation.
Prophet Oka.
Yes, sir.
Once more, I met if you know I'm online, so but based on last week comments that are on the buy and internet we man inside crowd my eating. Because I'm so started flow this and I say be a me bisa question I am more lose track. Internet you heard me say for the past like say done 55 minutes, so for the past 45 minutes since I'm on Kasakra, I'm me putting notes down. But there is this man of God that I'm so basel, but I'm saying yeah, more proud noticing, you know, you've been another time. And so different understanding about your man church and but only remember we now so come to me with push it to creation now, we creation now, and I hear weekly events near what my spiritual understanding or and then the prophet Victor into me finding line so because it's a sermon lectures no year two beginning anyway. Yaba will notice it there, no better discuss it. Now, next week, so also personal will become it. Mr. Uber wrap up Kakra, I will know my time there can I other events. Right, my uncle Christian because it's important. And then what fire.
Okay. What in God, the main creator?
Sure.
He created everything. He created human being. And one thing I always ask, the question I've already given the two questions out. If somebody says he disagrees of what I'm coming from, what I'm saying, the questions are there. The questions are, who created Jupiter, Metatron, Yeshua Mashiach, Prophet Muhammad, Sango, Mu God? All this God they know. Who created Angel Michael? Who created Angel Raphael? Who created angels? All these angels we know. Who created them? Who created Cherubim and Seraphim? If you're able to tell me the one who created them, then I'll ask you. So the one who created them and the one who were created, which of them do you want me to believe in? To say. So why do you want me to give my life to Cherubim? Why do you want me to give my life to Jesus Christ? Why do you want me to give my life to Prophet Muhammad? Why do you want me to give my life to Buddha if they were created? So why don't you recommend the one who created them to me instead of the one they were created? That's a simple question. You are my biological father. I need money to go and pay bills. And you say I should go to the gate man and ask money. Is the gate man the one who brought me to this world, or you brought me to this world? Should the gate man be the responsible for my upkeep, or is you, my father, who brought me to this world, to be the one who should be responsible for my upkeep? So if our physical life, we cannot direct our children to go to a stranger to ask money for food, then in our natural sense, if you know that Jesus Christ is not the one who created you, if you know Buddha is not the one who created you, then they do not deserve for you to worship them. But you have to worship the one who created you. So if you cannot send your son to a stranger for school fees, for a bill, for money, for anything, and even if you heard that your son has gone out to ask money from strangers, once you have the ability to do those things for him, and you will discipline him for that you are the father, you are rich, you have money, but your son now abandon you, go behind your back and ask other people for money instead of you, the father. Meanwhile, you have a bond with him, you love him, you have not done anything wrong to him, but yet he did not ask you for what he's looking for. He went out to ask for those help outside for strangers. How do you feel as a physical biological father? You would discipline your son for disgracing you in public. Because people may perceive as if you are not a responsible father. You can't take care of your son. That's your son is roaming about asking for help from strangers. So the same way, the one who created us as our God, our creator, is there. And we say we will not worship him, but we will worship those ones that he created, who are also part of us. For us to form the embodiment of creation, we are the ones who that we are going to worship. Then we are insulting the creator God. So if I ask you who created you, and I say God created you, and I say who do you believe? You say you believe Jesus, that you have mental issue. Simple as that. I ask you a question. Who created you? He said God created you. Who gives you life? He said God gives you life. The land or the earth that you are working on, the earth that you are working on, who created it? He said God created it. And I ask you again, who do you believe? You say you believe in Jesus. You have a mental problem. The one who created the earth, the one who created you, the one who gives you air to breathe, you say you will not worship him. But you are telling me you believe you are worshiping the one who was not the one who did not create the earth, who did not create you, who did not give you air to breathe in, is the one you are worshiping. Then you have a mental problem. You have a mental problem. Your father has built a house. You say you will not sleep in the house. You go and sleep under a tree, a mango tree. You have a mental problem. Your father is a brigade. Your father is a billionaire, well known, a billionaire. Your father has many mansions, many houses, and you say, aside your father has many houses, you will not sleep in any of them, but you go and sleep under a mango tree. Don't have a mental problem. You have a mental problem. So if God has created me and I said I will not worship the one who created me, the one who gave me air to breathe, the one who created the earth that I'm walking on, I said I will not worship him. I will not take him as my Lord and personal Savior, but I will worship the one who did not create me, who doesn't know how I breathe in and out, who doesn't know how I was created is the one I worship. That's a mental problem. And you are telling me that if I don't worship him, I'll go to hell. Meanwhile, the hell itself, he's not the one who created it. And all this thing comes as a result of the slavery the white man brought through religion.
Okay.
So God, the main creator, he created all this God, he gave them powers, and told them what they should use the powers for. And at the end of the day, all this God will give an account to the creator. That's why Lucifer, other super entities who, that's why God has given them powers, they decided to do otherwise. We believe in that one day Lucifer, Satan, other entities who went with Lucifer or the devil, all of them will give account to God. The same way the human being will give account. As far as you believe that when you die, you give account to God. The same way, all those entities, Jesus Christ, Metatron, Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, Buddha, Jupiter, all of them too will give account to God. Yes. That's how it is. Because on the day of judgment, when the main creator sits on his throne, every creation will give account of what you use, what the creator gave to you, what you use it for. So this is what I would say about the creation of gods.
All right, thank you, Prophet Walker. Say, oh, Kase, Obama, another gift to me, so I can about the existence of human. This meaning, so we take it break a crowd. Come say another. So, twice. Oh, okay. Any anchor, so why? Sure. I was just thinking about Sabia, like why
Okay.
And to my own marginal from all this creation I have leading to Nipano. Why?
Okay.
Sure.
Human beings came to existence. Human beings, we came to existence when those ones or those entities they came before us, they failed the creator. Those creations who came before us, when they failed the creator, that's when the creator decided to create another batch of entities, another batch of creation called human beings, to see whether this kind of group or this kind of people he is creating, as for them, they will not disappoint him or they will not fail him. But when he created us, we also fail him. So when we fail the creator through Adam and Lilith, and later Adam and Eve, then the creator said that in that case, he's not going to create any batch of any living beings again. He's not going to do that again. He has ended it by creating different kinds of beings to come and occupy the planet he has created. So what he's going to do is that he's going to put humanity into a transitional rope, meaning that it's like open a tap. You open a pipe tap, and the water is coming from the tap. The more the water flows from the tap, it passes through the gutter and go to wherever the water that has gone through the village or the gutter, wherever the water will end, it will end. So the creator decided that he will put us in a transitional route. This is how the transitional comes. This is not our first time on this earth. This is not your first time on this earth. Me, this is not my first time on this earth. You and I, everybody that will listen to me. You have been on this earth many times. Some of us have been on this earth for our 10th time. This is our 10th time. This is our 5th time on this earth. Some of them, this is even our 20th time on this earth. Meaning, we have been on this earth many times with different image. We go and come back with different personality, with different image, with different body, but the same soul, the same spirit. We go and we come back. We go and come back. So whoever is listening to me, don't think that this is your first time on this earth. You have been on this earth numbers of times. But just that when you go and come back, you go and come back with different body. We call it transitional group. Why God did that? Because he was tired of humanity and all creation. That's how God made it. So we have three transitional words. These three transitional words, two are spiritual words, and one is the physical word. The first word is called the underworld or the astral world. Whenever you hear the word astral word, we are talking about a spiritual world or underworld, meaning the word spiritual, even heaven is a spiritual word. Marine world is a spiritual word.
Oh, okay.
All this kind of, you have different kinds of spiritual word. But when you get to the word astral, though astral is a spiritual, the word astral also means spiritual. But when we hear the word astral, it goes deeper, more than an ordinary word spiritual.
Okay.
So we have the astral world, meaning the underworld. The underworld is a world that is being created by God and being placed, is being created and being placed under the earth. Meaning that the earth that we are living on, there's another world under this earth. It's like you are wearing shorts or trouser. The trouser you are wearing, you are still wearing another short or another boxer under the trouser. You are wearing a shirt. The shirt you are wearing, you are having a singlet under the shirt. Meaning that it's not only the shirt you are wearing, but you are wearing under another dress under the shirt. Meaning the earth that we are living on it, there is another world under the earth. And that under the earth, the word over there is called the underworld or the astral world. So whenever you hear the word astral world, where is astral world located? Astral world is a place. Astral world is a state. Where is it located? The astral world is located under the earth.
So
if somebody said, but your preview,
because oh, astral world in there will be a more.
Who's that with you?
Aye.
That's why I make us say the word astral meaning spiritual, but is deeper than the word spiritual.
Oh, okay.
My daughter here, the word astral, it simply means underworld or spiritual.
Okay.
But it's deeper, more than the word spiritual, because even heavens are spiritual. So even in my first statement, I use the word heavens. So I said even you can use the astral to describe heavens, or you can use spiritual, the word spiritual or astral to describe heavens. But it's deeper. So if you are just a class 1 person and I'm trying to teach or train you in the spiritual world or spiritual things, I'll just bring it in the surface level because maybe you are not deep. But once you are going deep into the teaching or the training, you discover more than what I taught you earlier on.
Okay.
Yes. So when we use the word, if you don't use the word spiritual, we don't use the word under, but we use the word astral, meaning that we are going deeper, beyond the word under or spiritual. So I said that we have 3 transitional rules. And because the reason why I'm talking about underworld, astral, world, and is because we are talking about humanity, human beings. But if you are talking about spirit beings, if the spirit beings, then we will not go to the underworld, we will go to the space, which is the heavens one. So the heavens one, we describe it as astral. But because we are talking about human transition, that's why I'm referring us to the under, because that's where God has placed human beings. The space are not for human beings. The astral one in the space that are not for human beings is for a certain group of another creation. And the reason why God made us go through that transition is because it's fed up of humanity. The underworld is a state, a place located as under the earth. It's a very yard world, bigger than the world we are seeing in this physical one, or the physical world we are seeing. It's bigger than this one we are seeing. You and I, we were created over there. We were not born over there. beings are only born over here on this earth. But underworld, we were not born over there, but we were created over there by God, the Creator. When God, the Creator, created us over there, we lived over there. Similar like the physical one, Adam and Eve were created in the garden. Adam and Eve were not created, were not born, they were created. So when they wake up, they found themselves on the earth planet. So in the same world, underworld, we were created over there, we were not born. As Adam and Eve were not born here on the physical world. And when we were born, we were created in underworld. We lived there for years. We got married, we had kids over there, we have normal life over the earth compared to the physical as well. So in the underworld, we got married, but we were not born, we were created. We live, we do everything as living beings. We do good over there, we do bad things over there.
Okay.
And God the Creator has set a certain number or a certain years for each of living beings over there. And when your number or your years comes to an end, you'll be transitioned from there to the second world. We call it physical world. So before you came here, you were already in the underworld, living your life, having family over there. You do your good things over there, you do your bad things over there. And when the years God gave to you over there ended, you were transitioned to this physical world. But over there, we don't die. In the underworld, we don't die. But when your time is up, you just disappear. It's not like the physical one, you die. But over there, you disappear. Why? Because over there, you don't have flesh. You don't have blood. Not like the physical one, you have blood and flesh. Over there, you are only spirit being. You are only combined with soul and spirit. You are only combined with soul and spirit. So when your time is over, when your time is over in the underworld, you just disappear in the thin air. So over there, when they don't see you again within the cycle of the underworld, they know you are dead. You are dead, or you are being transitioned to another world. And whatever you did over there, whether good or bad, they believe that what you did will follow you to the next world that you are going. Everything that you did over there, whether good or bad, they believe that as far as you have disappeared, literally means you are dead, those days are going to follow you to your next world, which is the physical world. So when you disappeared like that, your guardian angels who were in charge of you in the astral, in the underworld, will bring you to this earth. But through flesh and blood. Eti our akasamuno, it me wa kwala bi. Na e pesa kwala we wa kwabo. Wonna na wa sa kwaba bi mu no. And the mentioning na dey here. It we say we ne nana na kwaba no, ye nana na wa kwaba no. Akwala we de ne di ye nyina ate ye nana bi ya we wukọ. Me be chere nyina na mwati ase. To know say ye fi baby ni aba ha, ye fi ase ekọ baby, ni akọ baby, ye fi so akọ baby. So when you are being transitioned from the underworld, being guided by your guardian angels, they will bring you here to this earth. And when they bring you here, they will bring you as the product of two people or two human beings who came together to conceive and brought you. So when a man and a woman sleep together or have intercourse, when a man and a woman have intercourse, the sperm of a man being placed in the woman's womb, the sperms will fertilize the eggs. While it's being doing so, it turns to blood clots. So there will be another fresh body, human body, forming in the womb of a woman with that soul, with that spirit. So it's not anything, it's just a blood. Meaning that you are coming to this world, but you need a blood, you need a human flesh and blood for you to survive in this earth planet. Meaning that you cannot survive in this planet without blood and body. So in the wisdom of God, God knows that as far as you have made that arrangement, you have to make sure a man and woman will go to bed, have intercourse. There must be a blood transformation. The blood transformation that will go on in the woman's womb, it will create blood clots. Once it's creating blood clots to a certain level, when it creates a blood clot for 3 to 4 months, people should bear in mind, 3 to 4 months, then you that you have left the underworld with your soul and your spirit, your guardian angels will use your soul and your spirit to possess the blood clot in that woman's womb. The moment that soul and spirit possess the blood clot in the woman's womb, then we'll start seeing the growing of that blood clot. No longer just a blood clot, but as a being, a human being. It will grow in the woman's womb for 9 months, and they will give birth to you. Because you need a body and blood before your soul, your spirit can come here and live here on this earth. So when you have come with different personality or different image. Because the image that you had in the astral world is different from the one you are getting here. When you get to this earth, you will live your life, you get married, you have children, you have family, beautiful family. And the Creator has set another year for you. And let me tell you this. Whatever you did over there, whether good or bad will follow you. So, if you are born into a rich family or a good economic country, a well-developed country, and you live a good life in this world, physical world, over there in the underworld, they believe that you have finally go to paradise. So over there, when you depart from there, or you get transition, they have the belief that it's either you are going to paradise or hell. So that paradise and hell is here with us on this earth. So when you are born into a poor family, a poor country, a poor economic country, undeveloped country, a country, a family where there's hardship, over there they believe that the evil that you cause over there in the underworld, you have ended up in hell or hate. Because you come here on this earth to pay the price of the death you caused in the underworld. So when someone is born into a poor family, a poor country, undeveloped country, insecurity country, let me tell you, the reason why you find yourself in that area is because in your previous life, you live evil life. Your life that you live, the kind of life you live over there was terrible. You did all kinds of evil. So you have come into hell. So the poor family that you are born into, the poor country you are born into, it was your hell. You are being punished for the evil that you did over there in the underworld. When you are born to a rich family, a rich country, well-developed economic country, you have end up in paradise because all the good things you did underworld, the reward for you is go to paradise. So your paradise here on this earth is you have finding yourself in a good family, a rich family, a family that you will not take any poverty. You will enjoy life here. So all of us as a human being, we are living here. It's either you are in hell, or you are in paradise on this earth. So somebody said life doesn't balance at all. Why does people live rich life? Why people are being well in life? Why people are also being poor, being born into poor family? You know why? Because in your previous life, what you did over there is as a result of what you are experiencing now on this earth.
I see.
The crime, the evil you did in the underworld, you have no place to go but rather hate. And the hate that you find yourself on this earth is the poor family you are born into. The poor country, or insecurity country, a place that's where you be tormented. You feel the hardship. So, paradise is not in one place. It's here as well. When you live the years the Creator has given to you, the years the Creator has given to you, He has given to you for you to learn lessons. Learn lessons of what you are going through.
I see.
So, if you come to this earth and you are going through all kinds of manner of bad things, you are enjoying the evil you cause in the underworld. And the evil that you cause in the underworld is a result of what you are going through. And if you are able to change your ways, you do good things on earth, despite you are going through trauma, going through kinds of hardship in wherever you are, you are able to serve your Creator, worship your Creator word. Make your Creator to understand that you are no longer going to do the evil you did in the underworld. You are doing a better life. You do good to people, despite you don't have anything. You still do good to people. You are humble. You respect other people. You don't take your worship to your Creator for joke. You do everything as a child of God. The Creator will have mercy on you. And when you die, the guardian angels will take you to another transition process. And the place they will take you to, they call it ancestral world. We have astral world or underworld. And we have the physical human world. And we have ancestral world. So when you die, you will find yourself again in the ancestral world.
Now, Mr. Walker.
In the answer over there as well, it's the same as the physical world, it's the same as underworld. But over there, when you are going, you will not go with the body and the blood. You leave the body and the blood behind. And you go there this time around, you will not even go with the spirit, you go alone with the soul. When you are coming from underworld, you came with the soul and the spirit. And you got the body and the blood here to make you a body, soul, and spirit. But when you finish your years here on this earth and you are living, you will leave the body behind. And the soul, the spirit will go to God, the Creator. It will left with the only soul. And the soul alone is the one that will go to the next world, for the ancestral world. So when you get there, you go there alone with only the soul, not the spirit, not the body. And over there too, whatever you did on this earth, you go and face it. So now, if somebody died now, we believe that the person is in paradise, the person is here I spoke to you people about Bishop Nyako and Kofi B. Yeah, that place is also a ward.
That's so kind of sad now confused here because I'll say a honum no. Who see now if you can't walk it's either you're going to hate or or you're going to paradise. And you know, and no one a friend ancestral word now.
And not even ancestral word, but me just say I'm saying that the paradise and the hate, you know, is a place, a state. One found himself over there. So if I am born in America, a good economic country, a well-developed country, the family I was going to in America is a very rich family. I am in paradise. I have found myself in paradise from my transition, the transition I had from the underworld. So when I disappear from the underworld, my family that are left over there, they believe that our son, when he was alive over here, he was living a good life. So by now, he's in paradise. And the paradise I am is a good economic country and the rich family I have born into. To enjoy the work of my labor, all the trauma, all the hardship, all the temptation I went through, but I was able to overcome it just to please my Creator. My Creator decided to reward me with paradise. And the paradise He will give to you, or the head He will give to you, as is a reward of a living. You are living a rich life, you are living a poor life. So, paradise or hate is a living. One finds himself in. It's a state. If we're in a poor state, if we're in a rich state, it's a living. So in the ancestral world, the paradise and hate is not only in the ancestral world. Ancestral world, here physical world, we have hate here, we have paradise here. So when you are born to a poor family, poor country, meaning that you are in hate in the world, in the physical world. When you are born to a rich family, a rich country, and you enjoy life, meaning that you are born, you get transition, and you came to paradise on this earth.
Okay, Professor, okay, you know that see a movie and you're confused and you lose track now. Let's do this. What you are trying to say is say ancestral world, you know, you're dividing into two, and then the paradise ne hates, and I just okay. So one name now offering in ancestral world, right?
Yes.
In the so paradise, hold on. When you find another year war before and sign a year above physical world way.
And what about underworld?
And no, how different is it from ancestral world?
How different from the physical world?
Maybe they be from the ancestral world, underworld, and the ancestral world. No. What's the difference?
Yes. The underworld is a place we started our nature, we started our own process of being a human being. Okay. Your beginning as a human being, that's where it started from. That's where it started from. Let me make an example. The last week I said, we have different planets, spiritual planets, physical planets. Now, this physical planet we call the Earth planet. We have another planet over us, on top of us. We call it Mars. Mars is on top of us, or on top of the Earth planet. In the same way, when you go under the Earth planet, there's another world over there, which we call it underworld. Meaning that we have different kinds of planets. Underworld too is a planet, but we have different kinds of planets or spiritual planets, which is under this Earth planet. But the one that we came from directly as our beginning of our journey as a human being, go underworld or astral world. Because most of the time we generalize all of it as astral world. That's why I'm breaking it into 3 because that's how it is. But when I'm breaking into 3, you will generalize everything as afterward. But when you break into 3, people will understand where they came from, where they are, and where they will go. But together, because if you are planet, but you are a planet, because you will be an Earth planet, you will be a Mars, you will be a Jupiter. First, because if you say planet in 9 and 9, is there possible to planet because 10 and 9, about 9? So the more we go ahead of time, or we are going forward, the more we discover more creation of God. At first me again said, you can't universe, we are the earth. Actually, we are where it's not even amount to 1% of God creation. We did say, minimum in our yes, now. And say, I hope our body and only we are sick. But yeah, you never know the then there's another planet somewhere. And so, was it when you discover our planet in the end on say, and no one was show, I know your rocket, and also they call moon, or go shed your but I'm not going to discover, and 1 year rocket, the second when you discover, I say, there's another planet somewhere. Let me go and see. Of course, say, how do you look on so near you? Because what they heat to her. And now the white people are trying to go and live in Mars because they have done a research. They have gone to Mars and see how the environments are to see what the human beings can live over there. And a lot of billionaires, so far 2 billionaires, have gone there to see for themselves that hey, the Earth planet is not only the universe. The Earth planet is not only the creation God made. You can go and live there. And when you go to the Mars planet, you also discover that the Mars planet is just a word. But inside, there's a lot of blockage of spaces over there. But people can survive. So in the transition line, I put that my as I say, you see, I see no. Planets be brave, planets be brave. Was I see where you see now? Fit. The planets are warning now. Me and you more. A what? Ebe kasa si we sunwa. Ebe ye miensa. Nyankopon adam mani pada se ni pada se ni hu adanada ne. Emu adanada ne. Iti underworld no aye fi wo ye ba ha sei no papa boni obeye oho bia no hu se na kopo bo oho no se na obo adam en if wa asase we so oyo bi na wu omo bo mo ni ba omo so no mo di awu ya bo ma ba asase we so no omo wale wo ye e dole ye sana na kopo so bo ye wo underworld ho no ye ni ba ye wo so ni ya wo ye ni ya bo ye. If you are wale wo ye nyanya buhia wo ho ye ye de be ye bia wo ho mo na ho mo no e yo kra ene sunsun pe e metena ho oni pa o ye fa no kra no say sunsun no tena ho ni pe bia nka ho bi e ho no ye ni owo ho na mo omre na gopotu fo de ama wo so a na gopo ye se chebo so be ma wa yira efi eho assassinate you disappear from there. No one do abasasi we so. But after do abasasi we so. Obema nipa obani bema hiem. Oh, we should call the same transitional process in mu bi no. Omo hiem. Omo hiem wa. Obema no hiem no obana ni ko hie de ne yem no akabom. Na yem ojatoa. Na eye mojatoa edu mre bi no. Ya ma wususum na awafia anda wona ba no. Wa betna sa mojatoa ni mu. Akoye se maya onwoni. Bi yo onwoni ni wiye no. Ma fresusum bi no susu na betna onwoni ni mu. Na me sum susu onwoni no. Tanatie. obi aye ohoni waye abo waye dua honi ne wa friend susum bi me susu na betra honi ni mu osori ane no bom pa kire sa honi no adentia enye dua no enye aboba no bom pa kire no na mo susum na wa betra ebuo ni mu na bom pa kire no ntini yankofo pe bibia ye susu ni fi ho mu a ebenya be dia betra ntini yankofo ma mojato akoso oba yem na mojato so ne koso oba ni yem no na akofo ma ye susu ebetra mojato ne mu na the more mojato no eye mojato edanda ne kono na for me the same nature of nipa na wo tra sika abo mu a omo mojato ne baaye no eti mojato ne koso no na epita na edro bema na ana obana mojato na koso ni yemu no na fa the features pepepe obana wonsa obana onye no wonsa wona wati wani wongosi owo aso wano na mojato no picture copy the features of the woman who is carrying him or her as a black coat. Picture ni wiya na mbosom kono so no awona basase weso na hono anna won so ofi wo mu a ye gidi se wotina hono wo ye boni ana wo ye papa nti wofi wo no nko ade na ko posi pada sini wo baby heavy pada so we head wo baby na papa bia wo ye boni bia wo ye bia di wachi nti baby a wo ko no I just have a paradise and not head. Now, head no sooner than paradise. No, you can't head near paradise. And yet, Tanavia, the word paradise, actually said, Tanavia papa, Navia papa, and to come my when I am ready Jesus Christ, I send you on a son. Or Cronfone would you at the understanding fastly been so. But I say, Ora, Mr. Oqua, in your Macami. But I say, Janasa Mano. We na me ba je wona di yesu e then yesu ka cha ba ko o se en na me ko na bia ba pemu na me kwa o be ka me ho ho bro friend say you will be with me in paradise chi bible no say o be ka me ho what na bia papa ni mu na kire se na yesu kristo ka kire Abraham ko ni say me kwa samado mi wu me kwa samado na samado na me ko no me de me kra pe na e ko mi ni pedua na ko bi mi ni pedua no mo be ko to abuo ni mu keji ni mo be ko to ba me kra na e kwa samado no wo so kra be ko bi wo so body na e be sie no na me kwa me no be ko ba samado na e ko no ye ko be bi papa no be bi e wo ye papa na ye ko ndosi wo be ka me wo samado papa ho no. But say you go with me in paradise. Obi apon ka the Bible. You go with me in paradise. Asama ndo papa no be ka me ho. Twi Bible stand out kire. Enti ye ka paradise ye ka eda. Aye ni na ya asama ndo. Bo ni be ka ancestor word. Ancestor word no. E mo na ya che mo ye paradise wo head no. That means say asama ndo bone. Anna paradise su che say asama ndo papa. Into who fiasa who basa who should be your papa by one year. Now come and go see a gusua. O crown pen at the Quasaman, Nipedian Becca so because so bad the Pedian was so in the Anna Becca. Or crown of the Conacopono or crown or Bonnie Pedia or Becca check. Near or crown now no go through the transition or Quasaman war. O do a Samado Quana in between a some Madonna Asasi was so, and so catch it out. Sanson, who just answer the pet, yes, you will. One catch as the father to do. I just said, who just chance to the pet, one who are some Madum for him. When you are crying wrong for them, you just look on who you pet. Go for medical show, quite. When Bushia, when you are more, we didn't tell who you are. Ebushia obeti kire wasase we so ebushia obepie mu asase we so no omo mudi nka wu ebushia ni mu ona na ka so mudi nka wu asa wu no omo mo be hia okwan e wa sama no gate na no then they will take you to the process. Answer na obedu one no foul are you ready we foul papa obonye wo ye nyina are you ready wo book no twel nti e hwe no papa e no bone no de na do so a e na betre so papa asama papa ana papa asama bone nti asama do ye man ye kasa asama do ye man asama do ye kuro ti sa asase we su pepepe ti sa anda wo bebe efi ba asase we su nti ko pie mu a wo ba mo hu abusuafo a o mu di de e wa asama no papa o mu ti sikamu o mu ti yedie mu o mu ji o mu ani e wa asama no pa sa na be ko to abusuafo so a o mu di hia e wa asama do ho nti wo ba ha so we so be to so abusuafo na bi wo sika e bi so ni sika mu se eya nkwa na wo omo modi nka dada sa wu ko obekọ no omo so no emusu di ye bisu di hia ho ntu ko play ho mu a na wo bushafo na ebi akodi ye die mo ho ebi mo kodi ahokyere mo ho no enam nyoma omo ye ni nti no ya hwe so fa ni mu ani a kyere bi a obekọ nti ya hwe fa ni no bo ni do so papa ye se kwa asana no bo ni ya ka wo bushafo na omo so manya de papa ma ba sama bone omo bra mu di hia no omo ko kwa sumu wa sama no bone no ka omo ho munya mu mbre munya mu di hia ho to papa so do so bone a ye se ka wo bushafo na omo wa sama no pa omo di de omo di ye die ho no ka omo ho no mu di die ye shena papa no bone ina ye pa ye se abrantie say we are open there 1 meter wide bone into popo bone na every nji pepepe ba ko ndo so se ba ko baby bi ni ha mu a ebe mo tuna tena ha ma ye yi o jumi ntran ye because asama no pa no ko ye yi bone so ko ye yi because popo bone ni na epe enti tampana so we arrangement omusa no ba sase we so and na ba ne sana o guardian angels na ni wa bushafo o mudi nke hu iye asa wu no o mo ne o guardian angels bet na ase no mo tuna si wi a no mo decide ta abranti we ye kwesi no ti ye se mo kwa asase so na asase no san ko so no o ko pia bushana no o fi mu no o wo mo a so wu no ana go ko pia bushafo from nto bi o ma bu fo bi o ye be wo no Unu shabo for them this salon abufu de me na no wakwa ba no aye me na be no wakwa ba no abufu ne ndi nyina se me na wo wuko aye wona na wo wuye no no wasa ba biom ni asa na chi ya mo wasan abufu kete empanyin sam no no sam e bo man aye wona na wakwa ba no wona na wo wuko no no wa ba ba ka no abufoni wo mo a o ye so intelligent onyi ndu be bia banyansa ne ni bia wo abufoni tirimo no oju won ti ase nso wo nana to wakwa aba no no mo ko ba ni o mo a o mo papa no mo bone no ebo eye pe e ban sa na ya se o mo nti e be se o mo a so obushafo no wo guardian is ne tinase na nti na akwa agina kro wie a ye wo za anda se ye no ba buhye na wo fi mu na bi mu asase so a ye be pa obi a o wa buhye ni mu a opeba obi o wa buhye ni mu opeba na ye wa da brand e ka bi fantifo ye obi ye se ya wa da bro obi se se wo be si obi so abefie o se me si ye wa da bro o se me si meaning that wa be si o se me si so abefie biom nti wo disa we ya bebre wa na se nipa na so bebre no oyo obi a no si ase ni wewu no wasa akwa babiyom because ne niye no nyina akire sa nti ne niye no nyina mu no o kwa bisa na bisa mu no mu se mo na no wuye no ono na wasa akwa babiyom no nti ma ne niye no ye mo wanwa o so abofo ni swade but mo na no no adentia Soon na table friend him no. Ayamuna onya 100 years and so we soon na table friend him. But also me master see we so with that possessing body and blood. Nti say ya ma oba ne be mehia mpem. Na be ma musuo ko oba na wudi ne fertilizer na nkohia. Na fertilizer nkohia na eden mo jato a. Ya ma na wewu na okwa asama be ye se omra na tibiem no. Ya ma ne susum no asa be possess sa yin se no mo jato a mo be possess. Nti ebe wu no na mo jato ne nipadua no. Eye 1 year pepepe, eye 2 years, 5 years pepepe. Ba susu na tinu no ya susu ma edi 100 years on asi we so an say eko. E na table fani mu. Because one na odi 100 years no, all to be fani 100 years na master we so. Onya body ani moja, no dia ba. Onya wona no moja. Enti moja no so no, afi na macho 9 months aba fasi we so. E ba fasi we so afi na di 5 years. And the body different age from the main age of the soul of the person. And to accompany himself in the pedium cassa, and your crown that is the person like cassa in the pedium. And to the Obeka, the Obeka in Pedium, 10 years nipper, on cancer 5 years nipper. It took a Pia Samado. Now we tell you it's over your son who back. That's what I'm Brennan. Sasuna, who go Pia no Tiaroki, no go deep. Father, Papa, and I hear the bonus one. And I saw another Papa, and I saw another one here. Ube travel, Susa. What travel? Ube Bobra. Then a Bobra was a silver soup. Then a Bobra, I was underwater. You go through the same process. We hear Papa, we hear Bonnie, or more shell. And took a piazza, my Papa. Now go be a woman. We hear no maybe answer, but obi ni show because na kupon ma obi bia so mbre e wa sama no wo so sa e men so so a e woni unwu e woni wo be disappear it will disappear now ya san wa back to underworld baby a wodi nka chance no wa se baby ho nti unya say yes fa unya say yes nipa no wuye then okopia asama no papa ana asama no bone okopia ho no okonya 80 years wo ho and physically I better say oh we 80 years ni and oh we 90 years ni say 90 years ni a let say e ho so no asama do nya 80 years and 90 years wo ho tambe no obenya ho no na kopo da ma no tambe so no so a then na kopo beta transition no above from the transition to go about underworld view. And what's Papa yeah, when we in the life you go and live, or the kind of life you get in underworld. And to your Papa, a samando 1 now, time is not transition. Who go be underworld home now? Maybe a sassifina was a little or follow. The shambles are. Uwa sama do udi kwa sempa ba underworld ha ana nipa tina biemu na bebre so over there you go and find yourself in poverty so somebody can be rich in the underworld but end up here on this physical world as a poor person.
I see.
Somebody can be poor here and end up in ancestral world as a rich person.
No. Be specific. Ancestral, as in which one? As in paradise or
both. Okay. So I said, physically we are rich. Independently are rich.
Yeah.
Nitika no nya no rich no ye no ana ye no wadi ye no ana abrabo na koso ye ma no. As a result of abrabo boy ye wa underworld no. E ho paradise no odi wu de. But parents no odi wu de no obo sa obra e wa akase we su no. O the first case din kwasasem. Ye di no di na parents wo nyina no wa akase we su no di kwasasem. And wo say na transition kwa asama do papa bonia. Over there, who would be here, who would be here? But who would be here? Home now, who would buy that one? and was your transition wa ubeko underwater and where ye so abrabo be live there each word biano and I said the next word a kind of lead now be now. Oh, okay. Silence here. It yet transition yes it will be underward. What about physical word? No one circle ancestral word. Who's the ancestral word? No one circle back to underward. Who's the underward? What's about back to physical word? Yeah, back transition was
more hits now, like yeah, almost punish you, almost back if you have the opportunity to come back.
They will get the opportunity to come back.
I see.
But the comeback will be when you have finished the years God gave to you for your punishment. And so you have more 100 years. More 100 years to go through the punishment over there. We will go through 100 years over there through hardship over there. And so over there, look at what the 100 years, what the 40 years, what the 50 years. Tell us this because what the 50 years, what the 50th birthday, when you're 60 years, when you're 70 years. Yes, and I go for the man, so we trust our years no as we so. Sana was so call moi, asama do call moi. Yes, and I go for man, and so you won't feel way. As I was you go for 80 years, 80 years no so feel aye. We better with 80 years no so. Sana sama do want to take propose that one you. Now go be years so. Who go do no years no so you won't feel. You spend the years and finish it before you go to next place. So human beings were born for a transitional. Because now people imagine say, oh wow, what did you to bless human beings? Because now people for the behavior. And about genius, when movie is behavior, Rahani is behavior, no body part, let's go to behavior, look at don't know about the you. I want to have a movie, no matter what idea, no idea. It's all my body behavior. So what it's going to do is that we will be reincarnated back. We will be reincarnated back to back. Yeah, no, be able to replace here. Yeah, calling us have a replace here. Because of many who will come back and take care of the land or the earth. So we go and we come back. So everything that you do here, whether good or bad, you go and you come back and pay the price. So whatever you are doing, think twice before you do. Whatever you do underward, you come to this earth and pay the price over here. Whatever you do here on this earth planet, you go to ancestral world to pay the price over there. And whatever you do in the ancestral world too, you go to underworld and pay the price. And that you go and come back and pay the debt that you caused whilst you were alive in a certain transitional land. And these are the three processes. But both process the underworld now, both baby and nipa, yes, sir, and the ancestral world or some I don't know. Nina underworld way underworld. Nina war as we are saying. Nina was as we are saying. But hope and then you have as any day to sono. But two na can the Nina war as I see where it is not see. A question as I see where so you were Africa, you were Asia. The question my papa, Marco school. Miko school no. My beam in my dear, me no first class. On my parents say, my yard dear, and because of that, you know, I want a scholarship to go and study in China. Sorry. Now, parents say, Monsieur, dear party, my pain. there. So I'm scholarship to Asia to go and study. It means that I have received transition from our state government. I have got a transitional scholarship. The minor, you make your man and woman call my for China sa so a na me pass ewia na America aban atro China aban say man best students oh my graduate I'm one of America. I need brilliant people to help me boost my country economy. So China government will recommend some of us. So my name will be part of those China government will recommend to American government. Then next China so I transition me if you turn it to America to help America president. Because try America so for America buy some America buy so etu mpon with minimum there na. Edu be na makase kuntu here so I'm coming back to my country. The message America Abagana. This is how God made the whole change.
All right, so Mr. Walker, this three
So yeah, whatever God planned is exactly what human beings decide to copy to do the same. Instead of a cabinet, you know. Then about physical order, every country have president and have cabinet, have ministers. The ministers of God. The minister of God. The ministers were appointed. The thing the cabinet, and 24 elders. Sana on my page the cabinet, physical president or the cabinet, on a job. It's a different and not now. Nipa the shares which is a member and not a bank. Tell me Michael. Tell Michael any military warrior or warrior of all angelic or military no. That's a physical. Then I'm Michael Buffalo. No, it's so the knee. Or was soldiers for more. I'm not for the I didn't know you any point. You fat, young pay, maybe be. You senior, also me soldiers, some more man by. In that didn't have a year beyond your chassis. Now, Raphael, no Raphael, and if I ask the area, and if I tell you to Kata, and then I'm going to one for. Don't send the area. I didn't know you have for you, you more. Near your share, and medical doctors. So, tell me, Raphael. I am for most area. Some people that they share to your doctor. Tell me, warriors. Above for me, warriors. Michael Mono. Sana. And if I say, you have to get in the military. I didn't know for ye be ano. Yes, so. Yes, ye be. Tell me, for ye, Michael, and so Gabriel. As a man of the law, a man who delivers, give justice. That's the people that is class because I just say any party tree emra, emra. You have plenty of food no more brand by. I have from lawyers and judges. So tell me now, who Gabriel, tell me the person here training, yes, you're training a profit, you need on my lawyers and judges. And I didn't know for year, and nobody person shares here. The same way, there's a transition of human. And so, I mean, my example, the mission here, a question, Nama Bia, a buying and man to me, mamma scholarship. Look what they do with China. Because they do with China, let me not first class. Now, America buy China, but say, only the best students, only a billion in terms of tech or in terms of technology. China buy to me the make of bags now America buying and America minor in terms of technology. Because America minor with technology, I've got another transition. Because now was hard war, man do Babasubia. Me say I'm aging. Me say me chaba me come Ghana. Then I come back. Transition, another transition. It's nipa so the same the nipa so share Nyakupo year no. And nipa so share so year ne Nti ya ba ye fi baby ne ba ha. Ye fi aso we so e ko baby. Ye fi so e ko baby. Ye transition sa. Every transition be comes with age. And every age, what you use the age for, it will determine the kind of life you have when you find yourself in where you be.
All right, Professor Oka. They were calling out the Okaku. I guess I'm telling them I could replay a video in bio. Now, let me follow up. But and then to me and for Prophet Victor Amaso because in some how kind of because me reading in some doors to do. And he should find chame send me ready. Because you better try na yenya on also side of the story. Because the kind of I say baby how feel so the understanding as who believe so won't follow Bible. You know, I don't want us to go into it. Next week you anybody arrangement. That's also you're okay with it. Your man, the reservations will make you in. I may reading it out. Yes, you are getting a response. To my response in area, so that it doesn't become too one way because doctrines and them say I too much money panny be I for instance, I say no. I said I could TB and son met me follow. Even though no my didn't but it was too detailed. Once my better was now, him say I six almost 6:30 now, 3 minutes to 6:30. Now, yanya de kakrebi. Ewa hana yanko. Your weekly prophetic messages, what Ghana, no. And I said the word, no. You share what is happening.
Okay.
What does the word?
Questions. Any kind of questions you hear me call and also.
Mr. Wakanu, anyway, if you want, we will do that. Mr. Waka.
Hello?
Mr. Waka.
Yes, sir.
What the better me? You know why? Because it comes with memory verses. As I feel, yes, I will go through Nina. Next week, before next week topic, and now what the best first 15 minutes, I respond to you. Do not have a two line so. Because some of the wedding, you be on my because me quote here, it be and give it different meaning. Because it be or many verse be quote you as a or say, let you hear this. Or say the part he claims that they came and he has created human beings is a lie. From our Bible, which we believe in, is quoted in Genesis 1:26. God said, "Come and let us create man in our image," meaning God did not create alone. So from we believe in it is a lie. You see, some of us in the wedding, like the wedding, be on man, and you're too clear, mammy. Be another could give it different meaning. It can next to some more mama notification. Go ahead.
God said, "Let us create human beings in our own image and likeness."
But one said, "Oh, the understanding any reading." One, and now only lines.
He's trying to say, he's trying to say, make I say, me and some Jupiter, me, Mars, me, Jesus, me, those kind of
God, those gods.
Yes. And don't know say, I don't think yes, mama. I don't think I'm going to mumbra no more. A part of the say, "I'm going to boy." So yes, mama, there's nothing wrong. Because all of quotation said, God said, "Let us create man in our image," meaning that he is saying that God did not create us alone. He created us with some people, and the people he created are people that are mentioned their names, the gods. So if we worship them, there's nothing wrong. As I'm saying, it's wrong. And I said last week that God said, "Let us." When God said, "Let us," God was not talking to the lesser God. He was talking to his wife, Astoret.
Okay,
God was referring to.
This is what I did.
The lesser God, which I mentioned the name, the Jupiter. So you should go and read the Torah and other books and find out that when God said, "Let us," who was God referring to? You will get the answer and know that God was not referring to the lesser gods or the super entities, but God was referring to his wife, the Acheampong, the Queen of Heaven. Into another person says, it's wrong for you to worship Jupiter, Allah, and those things I am wrong. Because worshiping them, there's nothing wrong because God created us with them. Because He said, let us create man in their own image and likeness. Meaning that God was talking to them. And I say, if he's doubting now, he should find out who God was referring to. When God said, let us, then you know that it wasn't the super entities or the lesser God was referring to. God was referring to the absolute, His wife. And that's why when the super entities or the lesser God came in to find out that God has created human beings, they decided to do the same, and they end up creating aliens. So, me saying I don't worship Jesus or Muhammad or Buddha or those things, if you say I'm wrong, you should find out why I am wrong. And know that I'm not wrong, I'm right, because God was not referring to those gods. God did not create us with them. So if you worship them, it's wrong. God created us with absolute. So that's the response. That's the answer to his question.
But Prophet, maybe on said the internal percent because there are more than 10 questions are inferior no be related. But the one must frame in and all.
So there's no question someone will answer, I will not guys answer. I am very learned. Me both Twitter physical, I'm very learned. There's no question someone will put on answer. I
understand what you're saying, but also we know who read it, it didn't seem so clear. And I will give you like the way I would tear send other my response. That in next week, we have a first 15 minutes, because since I was study with 2 or 3 sermons or lectures in very well, pa. Naka ubusase ya naka waka so man direct answers so obi chair is our favor and it will help. Why?
No problem.
Okay, thank you very
much. No problem.
I mean say another why time am I pa already him say ya hold you for too long. Tim say yanko nyoma be 103 penny nja oneko because it's been too much. Now once more almost so much time I train AP in the munya amase. Unim as you moving on to your first anniversary, I'm complaining about data, we'll start helping them with data. Especially a Sunday program week. It say more money from 4 up to now. No, we are most grateful. Prophet Oga, I say August 5th, 5 p.m. His Supremacy Cosmos Walker Afran. Today, some people tag us as false prophets. A day is coming. We will be the same prophet that, the whole world will call on us to save humanity and the whole world. That day will be the day the devil has arisen and attacked the world. God is gracious. Is that what's the sign? First now signature we have a paper. I can say that says the Lord.
God is the greatest.
Never could be shared.
God is the greatest.
There was another one behind that. Okay, now God is gracious. Prophet, now other attacks been and Kofobi started ganging on into the market now. Because we know about 44 people commenting, 44 people liking it, having 8 people commenting. What actually led to this?
Okay. God spoke to me.
Oh, okay.
And told me that I should not let those words discourage me when people tag me as a false prophet. But there's a day coming. He, God himself, knows those who are his, those he has called, and their hands upon them are clean and genuine. He knows them. And those who are not for him, he knows them. Oh, okay. And most of prophets or most of his servants who are being tagged or called names by people that they are not from him, most of them are rather from him, are genuine. But the ones who are not genuine are being praised as genuine, meaning that those who are genuine are being called false prophets. Those who are false, rather, are being called genuine prophets. And God told me that a day is coming, you make it clear to people that those that you are calling genuine are not rather genuine. Those who are called false, they are not false. And that will be the day the devil will come in to attack. When the devil comes in to attack, the whole world will run, all humanity will run away. And they will say, let God arise and save the world. And he does not save the world by himself. He does that through his servants. So those that he has been called, and those who are his, will be the people, he the creator, or he God, who push them forward to go and resist the devil from destroying humanity. So that day will be the day the whole world will notice those men of God who came forward to resist the devil, and those are the men of God who ran away. Because they are the product of Satan. You can't fight your master, so you run away.
All right, the prophet, based on word of a message and I mountain we better on me boy.
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
but let's
yes,
do this.
Yes,
Don't you also think sometimes clarity will help? Because no before let's put it this way. Especially those of us from Orthodox, those of us with Orthodox background, and you know we now because I am engine this so to say be a summer to nipebiansa and I say early days who said the whole more Duncan Williams more Prophet Bempa more a better animal bars and I might be brave falling for because what we were used to was your Catholic, your Presbyterian Methodist, and the Anglican and the SD, you know. So I think sometimes patience will help here. So when that time maybe more engaging, more allow other people to engage more, no more put two questions. But the way I'm answer questions and the clarity, baby. But comments everywhere they will attack you. Now some they attack me, some farmer show you so. And I come and tell you, say this is what they are saying, say my farmer programs. But I haven't bad to that. I always tell them sorry, in your Korana. Sometimes you shoot bad and they identify the good one. Anyway, let's do this. And July 29th, everything is set for general cleaning. 35 likes, like thumbs up, and 1 comment. What is that for? Was it a saying or was it a prophecy or a word or what?
God showed something to me. It's not about the coup d'etat, whatever. No.
Oh, okay.
God said to me, he has discharged an angel from heaven.
Okay.
To do a general cleaning.
For humanity?
On earth.
Oh, okay. That's mean you sweet covered or
so when God spoke to me, I did not say anything about it. I didn't post it. So the second time when God told me that what he told me the last time, the time is up. And he's discharging the angel to come or sending the angel to come and do the general cleaning. But the general cleaning, I can't give the details here. It's a personal, so confidential. God made it open up to me, so I can't tell or give details to it.
And yeah, Baby boy, humanity, and I say COVID hasn't done anything in the third way.
Oh, I can't give details to it.
It's okay. It's okay. We'll respect that.
Let's do it here.
Okay, Prophet. Now, almost ask me, Musa. So, my caution pending the Fix the Country demonstration. Oma Kwaba. BBC Sayana.
Okay. I'm going to face the country, no. I don't know change your mood. I don't know plan of fire as someone going demonstration. I don't know change here. No man can with actual plan of fire. Honestly, because people call them and warn them.
You are the one telling me, to be honest with you. Open our whole country. Okay, over the weekend, last weekend, I wasn't too active.
I think who call UTV and run with your program be United Showbiz.
A plus case. Okay, Matthias. One call. Yeah, go ahead.
Who said? Yeah, or the reason why I want call because the actual plan accommodate kono, about it, them one call you. But they have plan, plan accommodate demonstration. But because of they were advised behind closed door, I don't change your plan, and because the plan they were changed, how many person uncle? So he abort, and he was giving the reason why or about it. Said this kind of demonstration is not a demonstration. If you want the country to be faced, you have to go with the plan. And the plan is what they are bought, so you can't go with it. Okay. And if they are going with the plan, come to from one to go with the plan now. So they know themselves what will happen to them.
I see. All right. That's okay. I mean, it gives better explanation because I almost say, pending adversary warning. Say, de ka obi bi benya and ka woman in could be. What does it? Tina, yes, I have to follow up on that question. Anyway, now one prophet being so about meaning sounds so hunisa. Or say, guys, now quite demonstration. Sorry. Then the main concern demonstration, fix the country hashtag Nankasana. Convenience no. But the share later part a baby year the face of Avram Ben Moshe, Captain Smart, and my body, Yokatechi. I admire him so much, that gentleman. I mean, I like all the guys, but he's somebody I admire him. And I was very impressed about the political and economic historical background will give you a stage. You know, that means he's that much and like he's so well equipped when it comes to Ghana. And this guy is Ernesto he was my classmate in Legon. This is what one more prophecy back okay. I say I don't know my union one ubu baby says abua no kind of bon the neighbor. Meaning among the leaders I say Avram do who so inform. Now there's no spiritually and physically protect you because the next few weeks or months ahead, you know, there's gonna be like Avram anywhere from meanings or only protection, like what you decide no many d. It's like opportunity Avram is not say powerful, but Avram is protected spiritually. This is what the prophet was trying to say. Now others no, he single one out, which is Captain Smart. Say Captain Smart, you too know do. Maybe a Captain Star or prophet, on painting maybe all kind of sorrow. But maybe who say anywhere or also there in the presentation. I would say some people will have so much confidence. I say Captain yes who nim like who nim do on tone boys and not Pentecost or no. I work on a good church. On copy sophobia or nim spiritual work now on buano with protection. In the prophet, spiritually who be said there can be attacks on these guys. One limited to only spiritual attacks say or some sort of physical can say better attack guys because the convenience our plan is almost hitting the major cities Ghana. Their next stop is going to be Kumasi, BA, and Tamale. No more but back to Imseho, no more core Western region. So, is there anything of that sort?
I think I've already spoke about it on your show. I think last 2 weeks or so.
Yeah, Bill.
The same question I gave the same question about how.
That was before so, I was all quite a baby to me. I see our response said route to change it.
Before. Because no prophet or after the demonstration. I mean me before the demonstration. I make us say a bear come on board the whole demonstration because even plan for one crown or fan who are bought one use who are bought a plan 1 5 year crown. So now, and never bound. The whole plans are by 1 year no crumble, so never bound. So the best is that you abort the whole process. So what the prophet says is right.
Oh, okay.
So if they have somebody to protect them spiritually, they should go and see him.
But you see, this is why I always have problem with.
I'm going to protect him more.
When I didn't have the Bia Mitano, Mojumaya Muye, Yana, let me say I have a problem with Mojumaya Muye. Because you see, this is what my dad told me on your spiritualist, but I mean, if you could, I'll say, so be when there's a national issue. Also, I don't know, Prophet Usubempane, other guys doesn't buy me kind. Because when there's a political discussion, that's a discussion, there. Oh, come with the MSM comedy. Why say Sahonuko you should spread to the be saying Yame? Because a national issue in discussing. Yes, baby, you be. And do you understand what I'm saying? Why is it nature doesn't protect these innocent guys? Or they are looking because of course I'm more person, Prophet Walker, simple MPP chairman, that's a Sebi why you should know say what these guys are saying, They are on the right course. They are just agitating for good system for the country. Yenya referendum, yen sign a constitution, yen looking at proper healthcare system, better education, better rules, better security. These are society be a practice democracy be and normal we and the society there. You know, I didn't know so innocent people, person who job more my siwa. I didn't know say prophet. Like spiritual, even the physical aspect need them say, but spiritual, I didn't say some koyo be saying young.
And the reason is say you were a home. The Papa Bonnie. Most of the time, Bonnie for no, a home where Bonnie no muta yes and a man. What I say? And you know, say a home Papa now, if I'm not in Kenya, or in this hour because you say, the panel, I didn't depend a year more man or yard Papa man, I didn't know what attacking spiritually. But a home one, you know, because of women in Chien, you know, Mojanum to obey. Because I know one on open Mojano, that. And I watch it was a woman in Chien. But the more on Mojano was in Yaji.
Okay.
And the woman Mojan put in the air, or this was an ammo.
I see.
That is it.
Anyway.
But me, why?
Yes.
Say, who quite demonstration? Now, demonstration I will call you what you fit say, who call yet in the name of a man soon or money ye.
Right.
Me will me by me here protection be amount. But met me over maintain our car, make my show with ticket, who can make sure the ticket. Now call me a protection be amount, or with ticket can measure. Me no kra na otu mu na akasa nipa bi okra to obi am okra bi wa honden me no kra kasa keke that's your knowledge because who kwa na jumpa kwa na ode kwa ya ade no me no kra kasa that's your knowledge obi so a political person or a politician obama na government ayo unpopular obama corruption o mani sika no wie di na be bo no ntokwa attack wa o do shrine ho so ko ye duro tia no shrine one obenye stroke asa because all called wadri na udi woni tirim wadri woni tirim nto ko shrine ho nyina udi na okọ udi che ni tirim so ko go udi ten fie wo say nto do wona onso na ne kra nta ba sa na wo kra na ono ka be din sisa susu no ye din sisa ho ye din sisa susu sa. And only politician on ni because who kono me ma be wo sunsumu nti ni bana be wo me no wo be wo me kwa no but so me ye potential bi ama me mo me bi se wa de ba ko pe ade na wo ko ye no adwumpa na de ko ye wo ka se ane na mpampa sa adwumpa na ko ye a that's okay ko wo so za wo kono me nka hwe ntra wo kwa ma hwe ochi me no kra na otu mu no be kasa without your knowledge. So before a chile so koyo bibia otuni na si entrance of the shrine on shrine or entrance wana obedodo stroke adentia me chire wo nipa me ma me ji nka soma abofo eye wo gade angels na yakopɔ de ma wo kra na mo ba asase wo so se obi bia wo be fa ho akɔ ba bi so koyo obone no omudi nipa ne kan so omudi nipa sa police ne kan a Tamu guardian is not ma abusuna and the panic or musuno or como bright. Into one politician who do shrine hono. Now abusuna or call Munton when guide the Bible that I won't. Into two entrance one and abusuna uba which is a mumbo and a probino or Masabo, Unipana uba, Masabo, what you do.
Why the Cocomas bribe? Oh, Prophet Walker and Cocoma.
And that's my bright.
Now, Yame Prophet, that now come up on some. Shrine.
Bible.
Anyway.
Bible. Nyankopon so di nkwasesem ti o so odi nkwasesem onye so Israel so odi nkwasesem so odi nkwasesem no Nyankopon ye odi for Samuel eka che Nyankopon se ma bre so odi nkwasesem mintumi bio enti obofo ohwe Israel so ena odi for so Samuel catch odi obofo ne se Nyankopon yi wo obofo ma Israel chese na ohin Israel di nkwasesem fa for saka so na so on sense di oye no When the offer for the catcher Samuel, or say, me from a son car. So, because Yakuba and Yakuba son and go. Then when the man say, make a money, till make a demo, or go for the catcher Samuel, or no, I'm not for the demo. No, he said, Jumana, or no, Samuel, or no, for the or I said, it's gonna show demo on that. No, demo, my Jumano. The Bible says so, or in a fear. Let demo. I'm going to solve that torment. A Jumana said, or buffalo, you know, or buffalo, or my demo on a bright. No, catch us was someone says, someone makes me a segment. Maybe I do want to go my demo, be no, I said, man, someone saw someone here, or buffalo should be a very good demo. You go come my Bible in a so excellent in fear. Let demo, I'm a well runner torment. A bandit now. Now, ya smart David, ya so go for David Mra. David the ban of what Senko. No, about patcho. The same coin not to know, to send coin na. No, patcho as I win some. Not a patcho on you. Or patcho sa. Let demo not the need up to David the no just saw no call. Oh, Bible. Then me to Bible that.
I see. There be say.
I was in the David the one Senko na. E wa yin semu a. Na demon no e na ni atus David enim na we just so no ko into so ya ma bright na me ko ma bright ahomone ma bright me ncho Bible ye ta Bible obi afa nka wo.
Anyway, all right, let me say this not to you, Prophet Walker, but to the prophet in Ghana, Prophet Victor Amankwa. I know on saying that I'm in started questions, or say he answered my question differently. What he said wasn't what you meant. I will come to face him next week myself. When it comes to spirits, they are of diverse and some operate on wicked scheme. In regards to protecting innocent people, in cause of national interest, spiritual principles of nature do not allow some of these things to happen, except the evil ones who seek blood or otherwise for their own cause. I had him say one agree because the same interpretation so now Prophet Walker Adema, you know. Last paragraph.
I did me bow. So for no. Then me say na me ka some no untie ye. Obey who maybe am feedback.
There be prophet.
But when tie ye ya. Me bow me yesusu nipa.
Okay.
My tracking on with feedback.
All right, it's okay.
But me no aka me ba America see ya.
Prophet, what do you defend?
Me ba ma me kasa. Me pretend me putu. There's a lot of pastors who are watching.
Yes.
Now, let me put this question there. So for be a teacher. Now, who person who be so finish ba? Ye din na tie no. O kasa wi a me ka she koda. O koda dwendwen sam na so for kan radio so na TV no so nyina dwendwen. Who so for no who guardian angel. Guardian angel be more interpretation thereof. They so for the kan.
Okay.
Me so for na ma tia sorry. Na me invite so for be preach o ma sorry a. Ade so for na be ye nyina, duma so for na be ye nyina preach on commission pa go be bo nyina no. Me koda maybe some me guardian angels. And one of the guardian angels be tell me say, so for na we invite no ofinyame anon finyame. So for na ayano for be ka say, so for be preaching no, me mo mba wa soro biom, onfinyame. So for na ba be preaching no, ofinyame, mo mra wa soro biom. The angels or guardian angels will give interpretation. Because who can Bible or see? He gives some the knowledge, some wisdom, some healing power, some the gift of prophecy. So when you see another prophet exhibiting another gift of God, sit down, analyze it, let the Holy Spirit help you and help you to understand where the pastor is coming from, the prophet is coming from. Let me give an example. Now, who pour boss so bad as or small people do a funny day though. So for that year, a bit of them, they are born 21 days. Then I made small people so fun a bit of them. That year, man, only a single thousand. You will deal with a very Persia or will you? Persia, she died together. All working for 21 days. A demon, let me kidnapping a for 21 days. Daniel, Gabriel was in the cave. Gabriel was in the cave in the astral world. A demon actually a cave. Now Michael buy any demon about who's the Bible says Michael papa and new to me Persia uncle. The Michael here and said he referred the demon to God. And he mentioned the secret name of God. When he mentioned the secret name of God, Persia a bow. Kotoe edinu and on mark one said Gabriel. Meaning that in the astral powers or the spiritual powers, or the supernatural powers, whether it or a false prophet, whether a genuine prophet, it comes with rank. And every rank comes with the knowledge the person has acquired. It's not yet cast a make an incarnation. But I say, I probably why I want 5 years. But I'm not take it, I'm not did it. The number Sunday. I wouldn't know when you handle your
in order say show no any one way no. Intina he decided say yeah the other prophet no ebeba, but let me say what follow Prophet Walker lessons or the teachings for very long time. It's our response or they be bearing no. Not necessarily see a critical confusion between the two of them, but I know say concern and be reason Intina yes say ke bitiki or no so response But see, I'm trying to say next week you be engage your mummy. Yeah, we are taking much of the time. You're saying you're back on the line, Prophet Oga.
Yes.
So,
what I was saying is that whenever a man of God is speaking, the reason why one of the things that has helped him to acquire knowledge is that I listen more than I ask questions.
Okay.
Because if you ask questions, you will not know the next step the person will take. So you observe the person to face taking all the steps. After taking all the steps, you will bring the person back from the first step he took to the last step, and you ask him question after question of each step he took. Then you get the person.
All right, Prophet. It's 7 p.m. on Eastern Time, and it's 11 p.m. on GMT in Ghana. I know, sir, and I take you for too long. As always, I appreciate you, but I'm saying I did na we buy it. You know, my one or two nafi, so you because you to me hold you for too long, sir. Adia Prophet Nekano. Now, Prophet, let me just do an assumption here. Don't you also think, sir? Say they are mutumika as a spiritual mutumi way mohono. Don't you think, sir, from afar, wabo hompai? Any be a one who say hear more education based on your ma okay. You don't also think that way?
Bible say, by their fruits you shall know them.
I understand now. But someone said who educate.
Yeah.
And now.
Yeah, by the fruits shall know them.
Okay.
A man is being coded and is being asked to give accountable by his own words. If a man is matured, if a man is more deep, listen to his words. Listen to his words. If you want to know that this man is intelligent, listen to his words. A man's knowledge, a man's intellectual ability is not calculated out of the appearance of him, but what comes out of his mind or mouth. The word Bible say, when you are preaching as a man of God, and Bible say, it means that you have nothing in your head. You are quoting from somebody. Bible say, you don't know nothing. You are quoting from nothing. You don't have anything in your head. John, extra Bible. Paul, extra Bible. Because in Indiana, John, extra Bible, or in Indiana fee. In Indiana, Paul, extra Corinthians. All the books now training in Ano. Paul, and in Indiana, when all the trust are books, near them compare in the Bible. Genesis, a man who probably permit Moses war. Now, Moses, the other who said, now, who say, oh, my young man, that's an easy Suban and so. Moses, the other who said, now, who put from the ten of the boy Nipa. Moses, the other who said, now, who put Nipa, and that doesn't show or the woman, Moses, the other who no hobby. Now, Moses mean who here, every true Bible. Until the South of say, it's a million question. What did that question Peter Modier, Paul Modier, Moses Modier? Said you're more try, and in the other one, you're what information of the true Bible, what information opinion of the true Bible. And somehow, what true Bible, no, when I say anything. And man, I go for reaction. No, Moses will be. Now, who will be Moses will be? Now, so Moses, you don't know who say, now, everybody pay or the death also son of me.
All right, Prophet Walker.
So, I mean, remember, so it means that Moses, Paul, Peter, the rest of the people who wrote the Bible were inspired by the Spirit of God.
Right.
So, why should we question my knowledge? So if you're a pastor and you keep on quoting John chapter this, Matthew chapter 6 says you are empty in head, meaning that somebody's inspiration is what you are quoting from. But as for you, don't have any inspiration from the Holy Spirit. You can't tell me you are a prophet. You can't tell me you are a man of God. Why you don't have the inspiration from God? You don't have inspiration. So how can God talk to you to his people? Moses was able to get inspiration from God to write the Bible. And you are quoting from Moses. What of you? What about you? So me too, I'm quoting the inspiration I've gotten from my Creator. The inspiration that God has given to me is what I'm quoting.
Okay. Prophet.
So you should go and get knowledge from somewhere. Then question. Because if Moses was alive today, if Paul was alive today, he would do the same thing to them. He will question their knowledge. He will question their information. That where are they getting this information from? But he believes in the Bible. So you should question the Bible first. That those information in the Bible. Where did those prophets got those information from to watch the Bible?
Zawaka, men can't ukasa buan show, but that's a war escalate at the end of the. Why? See, let's say, far kumamra form. I mean, Nipa is a who believe in your conviction. That's people attacking what you are saying. What I know or what I believe in is the man I will see handle me. And Ebema Obi who say you are the one giving us the good education or not. Because one, we're not here to promote anybody. Same way, no, yeah, expectation will be my teachings are any. You know, I started programming for a very long time. You must also be on by Omokoy. And this man happens to be a very renowned, like he's a prophet or what you name be. And I'm saying I started 2 teachings, you know, I follow about 3 weeks and also on a reservation to him. Well, I can say for now. You find out some fun okay? Now, what the any on your program? So, who will give you the permission? Maybe I'm only here to coordinate or mediate. You had never to line. So the questions no busani be brain because the teachings are one for the past 3 consecutive times are behind you now. It's very deep, and you don't find any raise concern. Nipani be brave. Also, me grab me could for the second time. Make a sound question. But prophet, sir, prophet, yeah, physically, idea was she in Ghana there.
Many times we share that.
Like we name the physically, right?
Physical, when you physical that. Me, I try to be physical. I mean, I can talk for just 1 minute. My try to be so.
No, but we share. We no baby other.
Blah 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 blah.
Anyway, you are among
so me,
those. Kasa.
Me, I'm not saying. I'm to be honest with you. I won't do anything like question and answer from him.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Yeah, that's the truth. And I'm not sounding disrespect to him. But I will not do that.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yes, I will not do that because I want people who are spiritually powered. If you are not spiritual powered, don't come.
Onse me busa question, Prophet Waka one count. That's question I can be busa because it's like as a whole Benny frustrations right now. You see that say the guy is not knowledgeable and our person or disturb and now say be at the all can is so much for you until I will prevent you. But he's not
knowledgeable.
But what me
he's not knowledgeable. No, he's not knowledgeable because that's what Mr. said. Since I'm not tracking.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, the physical.
Yeah, my track, and the reason why I'm tracking is let me tell everybody the reason why I'm tracking information. He knows within me. Sorry, he knows within him that what the guy is saying. I wish I have this knowledge and I know this information.
Oh no, softening himself was an analogy.
He wished that he has the knowledge I am having.
Ah, okay, so it's more like enviness. Okay.
Yeah. He gives credit to the information I'm sharing.
Oh, okay.
He gives credit to it within him. But what he's trying to do is that despite I'm giving credit to him within me, I will discourage him publicly. Meaning, I was right? So the platform, he wants to have the platform as well, not just to debate or question me or certain things, but to exhibit what he also has.
I see, but if that is the case, yeah, then it's a wrong approach.
No. It's to publicize his own ministry or what he has. My brother, he can't lie.
Mr. Waka, Prophet, you are here. Let's create two persons. I mean, say now we're tracking who you can man for my public. Now, what is there for? What is there for the people? There been a woman, yeah, we see. Not the woman Ghana for the wicked enemy. Okay, anyway, my main father back was about attention. So it's a track here. This is a COVID years, baby, because you say, must say a call for good. And
what's it called?
Any important. Let's talk about health. Any important. COVID years, surface as a baby, Mr. Walker.
COVID na aba betra. But aba betra atena. Aba betra say you malaria na malaria betra no.
Ah, okay.
You know, say a few atasu so kra na be zero recording there or 0% recording there. Ain't see that. Nemo abetra say malaria fever atena no. Malaria be first no. Sana na tie. Fever be first sana na tie. But it's a bad normal. Into being fever cry and malaria cry. It won't normal, just offer medication and water. So the same thing of COVID so I bet so it's nothing to scare like before time I buy yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I was already there. I will not give him that chance at all. No.
You don't forget about him. One say you might say create too private. Can't catch him like I'm my own sound in the public. So I said, me say be you sue West be say blasphemy. What I say? You know, me think I engage you on so maybe or the clarity about. So one, I was thinking say be a spiritual or what name chant be a or the boy.
Me man chance no. Me man just say on yes sir. The question, all the questions you ask me is the question that I've already given answer on your platform.
It's okay. Why?
People will tell us, but prophecy can ask him last week. Now they talk this question about the same thing, and he want the same answer. And you will know that this gentleman is not there to maybe go deep into the knowledge or the information I'm sharing, but just to exhibit himself. So I will not do that. Yes, I thank him for giving me credit within himself, but not to try to give the same thing physically. He can arrange with you behind closed door and discuss to my brother. Can you talk to the prophet to spare me maybe one of the weeks so that I'll come on to also share my knowledge with your people or your followers? Then that he's coming to challenge or give some better different explanation. I can't say a Muslim person that the Quran is a trash. No, I can't do that because that's his faith, that's belief. That's what he believes. That's the inspiration he gets from Quran. So what I'm coming from, he is before my say more than when a Christian program. That is one of the perception of his serving. The program is not a Christian program. That's why it keep on asking, saying why is that it's not in the Bible, it's not found in the Bible, like he's trying to use the Bible to
be the
do
standard.
all those kind of questioning. Yeah. Yes.
But
so the program is meant for all the religious bodies. Every religious body in this world, we have 4,500 plus religions in this world. You have, as far as you belong to a religion, you see some of elements of what I'm saying in your religion. That's why me kasapa me what Jesus one be me kasama boku de di mabo Allah di mabo Muhammad di mabo all kinds of entities spirit di different God di because I'm talking not for Christian, not for one religion, but I'm talking in general. So tell him that it's not a Christian program whereby he wants me to quote the Bible from Genesis to Revelation. So those who are expecting me to quote quotations from the Bible who are getting wrong. If you ask me that, and the Muslims who ask me that, what am I going to do? Who Christian will tell me quote the Bible? Muslims see me quote the Bible. Buddhists see me quote it. Hindus see me quote it. Christians see me quote it. At the end of the day, now which program are we doing? So let me understand. Let me understand that it's not a Christian program that I should quote. Because so far me were 10 Muslims are who see me. Follow me that. Until me be ya start be ya me send link, what me be so link. And to the link the man, I know my channel no more follow up. I have Muslims, 10 Muslims don't follow. Until me send me quote Bible. Don't you think so? On my program it. On the Christian program, so won't you. That's why I don't want to bring the Bible in. If I want to bring the Bible in, it will be very interesting. But at the end of the day, those who are not Christian that I have brought on the show, they will go away. Because they are not interested in Jesus. They are not interested in Christianity. They are interested in Islam. So they want to know something about their creator, their God. And you want them to quote the Bible, which the Bible has nothing to do with Islam. So those who are expecting to quote the Bible, please, this program is not a Christian program. This program is a spiritual program. You ask me to quote the Bible. What of the 10 Muslims who are following me also tell me to quote Quran? What of the Hindus one? What of the Irish Christian? I have one Irish Christian. I know my brother, you know him. I won't mention his name, but my brother, you know him. The hosts know him, but I will not mention his name. He's Irish Christian. The man is Irish Christian. So if I quote the Bible, don't you think that the Irish Christian man who leave the show? Or what if the Christian man says, okay, you have quoted the Christian Bible, quote our Bible also, quote we the Christians to our Bible. The program will be destroyed. The program will not be interested.
Okay.
And when I quote the Christian Bible, the Muslims too will be confused that they don't know anything about the Christian Bible. So at the end of the day, there will be a confusion among the religion. Because Christians know only the Bible. Muslims doesn't know. So when I quote the Bible, it will be a nonsense to their ears. The Christians doesn't know the Quran. When I quote the Quran, it will be nonsense to their ears. The best is I will not quote any Bible on this show. I will not quote any religious book here. So tell the pastor, this show is not Christian program. So it's not expecting me to project. It's not expecting me to project Jesus Christ. If I project Jesus Christ, what of Muhammad?
Prophet, yeah.
What of Buddha?
Prophet, or the last one about Acheampong. biggest lie. Don't mind him. He sees nothing and knows nothing. You see, that is free publication. Mean to me in Canada, and I mean suppressing it. The only time I'm suppressing the comments and the questions, questions I may yes and or you be engaging in next week and I know. A hot year is about 9 or 8 paragraphs. But I hope that engagement won't come on. But later party, as somehow can say, oh, track in, no. So, Kubinya, Nake, or no, Kofikinata, no, boy. This is what he's trying to tell you. Or somehow can look really any. Now, why can she knows nothing too. You know, baby. See, I'm a more responding about you to. Oh, Baba, antagonist.
The next one, tell me record. I'll tell you track record.
But you're prophet. Prophet. Let's do this. Okay, you are here for peace, okay? Sebio. Say, Ubi Yadiana saying, it doesn't necessarily mean that you should also approach the person in that manner. You set a standard for yourself, one set a standard for himself. These are test messages. Can we read here? The person will feel say I'm being biased. That's why I read it. You don't necessarily have to respond to it. Only maybe. I don't know spiritually. Only in I think that that's the best way in which we are resolving that issue. Because one, only line is and we are not being fair to him. But they are spiritually will be because or track it or no. I'll also give you about 1 or 2 revelations about you. Now a conflicted. I was very cautious. Now some more kind of men say, Yakupon ma wadum. Also the spirits be ikanwa. But all the same, the prophet. Let's not get into it. So, okay. Now, what is there for us the coming week, both Ghana and globally? Now, and they did, and they only almost. Let me say, you've done 3 continuous hours with us. You've done 2 hours and 45 minutes. Prophet, you have an answer too because only why? As I answer, only I can't seem good.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Obviously. Being one year no. Only the see what I'm tracking. Say, I don't know what I'm daddy.
No, I say, you know what, Prophet, let's not get into it because you know what he's trying to say.
Oh, yes,
or cut it 2 angles.
I will not give my attention to him. I will not give my platform to him.
It's okay.
Or say, it's already you. Put another day for him. Do it. Oh, yes, it should not come and ride on my shoulders.
It's
so
okay.
With himself.
Prophet, it's okay. Let's do this. Also, say initially, dear, Yamema gift her, but along the line, all the spirits be account. That's how on opposite church or track.
No, even the now, we see where there's a matter will show you that. And
so say,
I think I come on, madam. I'm the one there.
Pa, or say,
I
yes, oh, be big.
Feel, maybe, you should have the West against you. I think I come on, madam. I'm the one there. And you're not seeing me.
I know. So, Prophet, let's not discuss him. Only that make us call Hank, because I make question and say, I didn't know or can we and what can or contradicting. Come on, Hank, as a question maybe.
Yes, because what I come on, madam. Now, madam, the one there. I think you want me mushy. So, what is which?
Mr. Walker, let's do this. What is in for Ghana and what is in for the world next week? See, I covenant or see in engine tunes are like I bear some malaria, no, and to the what the union said, but the same say 3rd wave and I started. The crew must say, this afternoon, let me free airport and ever. Cashon come hand came muscle. But him say, free airport, but what I saw, I didn't like it. People are double mask, and I think most of the states in the break plan, they say they will impose the restrictions back, not necessarily shutting the states or the country, but yes, I call back into mask and simple what vaccinated still put on your mask. I'm sorry guys, I'm so tired. Mr. Walker, to the I'm saying Ghana and then I break but all this.
Okay. What is ahead of the world? The world should listen. This is what is this something ahead of the world.
Oh, okay.
The world should expect. I saw America country, in a great morning.
Oh, okay. Like FINRA. Okay.
Yeah. So America should pray.
Oh, okay.
America should pray. I saw
good.
England. I saw England also mourning seriously. One.
That's not good.
UK or England also pray.
Oh, okay.
But there's going to be a boom of agriculture. The agriculture is going to boom up.
Oh, okay.
So there's going to be harvesting of crops. Like it's boom. We are seeing now, not only in Africa but what's there in the whole world in Africa they supply majority of food.
But sometimes by who can say I want you about around guy anyway.
No, what I say because you're better with me feel but because you what and say what. If you never boo pa, if you never boo. International media, we see say Africans are exporting food all over the world because when it comes to agriculture, Africa is number one. You see, I did in a come any aduane ebe ba no aduane no be fresh as e bia fresh we ni so no
okay
ebe be fem be ko na electric system ndo be be yen aduane ba na se na be fe da ba se na ko ma sabe and be fresh and there's going to be a boom of agriculture that will come as a fresh engine so this is what the world should prepare. The last time I said something, Mr. Wunya Diane say Bibi. Wunya Diane say Bibi. And then I made sure we if Diane Baba if Diane Baba na ko poni nya say mu on say Bibi sabesi. Into ba mai Diane be flash system ni mu. E be flash system mu a obi an say Bibi. No come the bar we na survival. As a prophet, last week or last week, I said, we need a woman, but we need to say, this one, if you are never back, but they are fresh, it's the fresh that they ban. We second depend what say because after that fresh, and they come never ban.
Africa, not the whole world.
Once I may beginning, make I say. Aduane yedie yenka Africa because Africa they produce majority when it comes to agriculture number 1 in Africa. The yenya export na Africa so nya na the whole world nya. The whole world the America, Asia, Europe nya Africa nya ye. Say kwasere o de abofo no munya ne nya kwasere fi mo. But nya yan go on mesere ne da komo. Into the India back in Africa. But because the year be call ntinu because you require consequence about the consequence about 1 kilometer road. It's maybe I can say general the whole world because some Africa the whole world Asia America Europe because Africa na you surprise the rest of the world. But say omo ho agasa no agriculture naturally agriculture na be fi abade and this no e be fi Africa but because of the in terms of your supplier ni nche no ni market e diane be ko no de be for the whole world e diane so de ye ka diane anya de wo nwrem e diane de wo fie nti ye kan de wo nwrem de aka Africa. But the names America they were feeling you know about the whole world be book baby but ni fifth year Africa na be fear ba and in China they book baby to be obenya bi de unya duane and save bi because about a fresh it's na come na ba
Sawaka Afran prophecy time since ya we ana
Yakubu Ensra Yakubu Uncle Bibia Onsho Bibia could see a program me don't be asked yet but we were Muslims they have really shown me love like yeah because every Sunday, I'm going to so much as this prophet, brother Basso, and I'm saying Basso on the prophet here, chair. And who put some baby? A woman said Muslim, but the kind of love when your mammy would see me no. And who put some. Me wa a Christian man, this so tie me pa. And who put some. Me a Christian idiot, now so tie me pa. And mission, that's why I mean, person me programmer. Everyone must say they are not part of it. And to get the major program as a Christian way. The person program as a general way, in the spiritual way. In the spiritual way, no. Assume ya spiritual way. Until but spiritual way so that every religion will benefit from it. May you religious way, yeah, Christians so far benya, and better everybody start. So I love all of them, and I promise them, and I'll continue to do this program, not in the favor of one religion, but in the favor of spirituality. So that every religion that you are in, when you listen to it, you get some knowledge from it, and it will help your own religion, how you can communicate with your creator. Now, people show me now, a Christian who saw me so, now people show me. So, I mean, go to Bible, my wife, Mr. Ramo, because my end is program made one way. Now, people are framing, I'm a Christian. Now, people framing my other samba. Into me, program now, me program other samba. God is not God of Christians. God is not the God of Muslims. God is the God of all creations. And the Yakubu wants to make up. The Yakubu wants to make come a soon be a so fast. Then come a soon back be pet and so fast. There's soon be a so fast. And to a Christian offer said, take a mechanic in Christian way. Let the Christian phone call benefits out the patch derby. Now, homo BBR. And to mechanic size and go to Bible the patch. Master, I'm a human in there. You promote your body, you promote your body, dear. And who show BBR? No, you will be a cassia. The bomb pine will be BBR with Timmy. Obi Timmy. One prophecy, now for the mammy. Obi Timmy. What water my pound? 11th month near. What water my pound? Cry, 9 months to time of war. By the war 11 months. So now. I want to come on way. Mr. When you do more, Mr. When you do more. Would you fensio, keke, fensio, not fat in Chinica, in Chinia, look at Chiniabi, in Chinia, the Fatu Sunimo. Now, Bompe Busso, Numbi, Fabia, we have no so. Less than 7 days, 1 week, less than a week, 1 week empire. Now, go best so as in Jumo. The Yanko for some culture, no. Why? Yanko point so brave. Namisho baby, I would see me. Uncle Bibi, amen.
Amen, Prophet Oga, thank you very much. Chia, Prophet Acheampong, Ewo Ghana. Him say, baby, Drew, no, I may not be able to engage two of you. Did you ever say, as I suggested earlier, no, won't take it to the spiritual world or the astral world? Monfa battle nko ana monfa debate no enko ho no. But you see, I try to be so objective and I try to be so fair. Say nipa ni ha me enka na asem. And obi so publish ade ba, me person me suppress it. Esa na say yes should Prophet Walker dodo, it's not good. In the same way so be so be coming after the integrity of Prophet Walker and also yeah Massa Emma. Anyway, once my mom started testing for Prophet Walker number any beginning of the show now, we had the flyer at the number, WhatsApp number, +233 249 508065. We just save you our phone so our friend through WhatsApp internet call. Same time next week. That will be. Let's do this, guys. If God permit. Next week 15th, you be shown on the 22nd. You be calling it off. You to me show. You notice it. Next week, so I'm emphasizing on that. I'll be on vacation then. Now, me fakwa we so. Me da be ask for more time. We grow community, no. Why spread the education out, so it becomes an authoritative religious platform. A benefit you be So you're Christian, so you're Muslim, so you belong to the Eastern religion. Then coming Monday, you better come back to your Face the Nation GH. You go back to our world politics. Then every Friday, the business news to the Abreu. Say you will see now one team can be. As I always say, Emmanuel Acheampong says, nothing is really lost but life of sacrifice. But see, at the end of the day, we are back accounting for the Obabe. The Prophet Walker, Afran, Ashon, how they cry me then Walker. And you never was a power for your time. Constantly, almost 3 hours. From 4 to 7:30, even though any one started in time. Okay, because you take a break across it, there be Prophet Amankwa all the way from Ghana. Thank you very much for also input out the by or questions out the by. The entire first 10 or 9 questions in the main read, make it now they were already no. I mean, on say well, cause I be say taking meaning be no different explanation. So hopefully, instead of prophet show frustrations kakra. Me ne be kasa offline because some of them are so insistent say you engage your mummy because prophet in some of the Bible was too deep. Now another person should be my different side of the story. I bet brought me the balance about. If it's going to work out, then your next meeting or engagement, which is Sunday on 15th August, you be share yes our program. Okay. Now, maybe we'll be asking so for your time.